Welcome everyone to South Kitsap High School, and we welcome you to the first day of the new KeyBank Stadium and Joe Knowles Field for the first game of the 2015 season. There's a lot of excitement here in the air tonight, including the dedication of the new field. We are happy to be coming to you live this evening on SKTV, Wave Digital Cable Channel 209, and also streamed live on YouTube. Tonight the Wolves take on the Central Kitsap Cougars. I'm Greg Pickard, and joining me in the booth tonight is Phil Nenninger.
Good to be here with you, Greg.
It's looking like it's going to be quite a night. South Kitsap with a brand new head coach and a brand new field. It's sure to be fun. We're now going to go down to the dedication ceremony where we will hear from the stadium announcer.
Thank the great folks at Kitsap Bank, majority owner and vice chairman of the board, Helen Langer Smith, and Dr. Meredith Buzz Smith, Chief Executive Officer Steve Titus, President and Chief Operating Officer Tony George, and Senior Vice President Marketing Director Shannon Childs. And how about a nice round of applause for all of the Kitsap Bank staff here in attendance tonight. At this time, we would like to recognize and thank the Maycomber family, Debbie and Wayne, and their children, Ted Maycomber, Adele Lacombe, and Jody Banks, as well as their families. We would also like to thank the Gray family, Bunny, Joel, Kevin, and their families. Thank you all for being here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium South Kitsap's High School Principal, Jerry Holston, to start the festivities.
Fantastic. Thank you. Good evening, and on behalf of our staff and our student body, we welcome you to South Kitsap High School and Kitsap Bank Stadium. Thank you all for being here this evening to help us celebrate this momentous and joyous event. We'd like to thank all who have helped make this dream a reality, from the committee members who have been planning this for years, Mrs. Langer Smith and the Kitsap Bank family, Mrs. Maycomber and the Maycomber family, Hellas Construction, our school board, and all of the district staff that have put so much effort and dedication into bringing this truly first-class facility to South Kitsap High School, our students, and our community. Thank you all. And now please welcome South Kitsap School District Superintendent, Dr. Michelle Reed. Dr. Reed?
Good evening, and thank you for coming tonight. It means a lot, I know, to the kids playing in the band and our football players and dance and cheer teams. Also, I'd like to welcome the players and fans from Central Kitsap to our house. And I want to say that this field is more than a field. It's really the symbol of a dream and represents what's possible when a community can come together. So I want to thank the donors, all of the donors mentioned, and also the Gray family for their tribute with the sign. And I want to say that tonight is about our commitment to excellence. And so let the evening begin. I'd like to introduce our school board president, Mr. Chris Lemke.
Welcome. First of all, I'd like to introduce my fellow school board members. If you just please stand. Keith Garden, Patty Henderson, Greg Wall, and Rebecca Deal.
Now, I also want to recognize Tom O'Brien and Michelle Reed. And why I want to recognize the board and these two folks is last April, or this past April, when we went to Corpus Christi, Texas, and came back with this dream of this beautiful field, I did a trip report. I had a school board meeting, and I can just say how happy, how enthused these people were to work on a way to make a dream come true for South Kitsap that we've been needing for a long, long time. This field, this is very important, is to understand, yes, we're going to have teams here, but yes, every day, 24 hours a day, or at least 12, 14 hours a day, this is going to be a community field. It's going to be a high school classroom for more than one PE class. Every student that comes to this high school is going to have the opportunity to come out here and enjoy the safest field that is in manufacture today, to have an opportunity to enjoy themselves and be physically fit. And I think that is huge. The other thing I want to talk about is team and what team means. And what team means to me is you can go across any professional football, any professional teams, and the teams that people want to stay, people want to come to play. We can use the Seahawks for an example. Are teams that treat their players like family. Family. They know that they're cared for. They know that we want them to be here. They know we want them to be safe and healthy. We want them to enjoy their education. And above all, respect all of their fellow players, those that they play against and those that they play with side by side each day. And that's a huge piece. And tonight, really what we're doing is celebrating three families that made a huge difference from a contribution of a huge amount of money to be able to fund the stadium. The school board and the superintendent worked very, very hard, along with Kitsap Bank, to fund the portion of this field that was not covered with our gracious donations. And with that said, what started 2 days after school got out, you're standing on the best field. There's only one other high school field in the nation like this. The Seahawks would be jealous, and they'd be safer to play on our field. That's how good it is. And we want you to enjoy it as a community, because it's our community. So with that said, for all the past Wolves that are here, for all the Wolves that are wolfing today, and for all the wee Wolves that are out there, I would just say thank you so much. I would say God bless South Kitsap. God bless our country. We're going to have a great football game tonight. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Lemke. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Tony George, the President and Chief Operating Officer of Kitsap Bank.
Welcome to everybody. I'd especially like to give a shout out to the 100 or so Kitsap Bank employees and friends and family out. And if all of those that are graduates of South Kitsap and in the Kitsap Bank employees, if you could stand, I'd like to acknowledge you. So as you can see, this is a proud moment for the bank, not only because we have a part in making something really cool happen, but also knowing that this stadium will leave a legacy for not only our current employees, but their kids and many others to come. It's really a celebration. You know, it's been amazing that Michelle came to me in April and really made this happen in that short period of time. And Tom and Shannon on our team, it was really a team effort, a public-private partnership, a community and the Maycomer family putting it all together. It's really been a tribute to the community. When she asked whether we consider a $500,000 donation, I have to admit I gulped at first. It's a lot of money, but then I thought about our bank and where we've been, 107 years located here in Port Orchard, a community bank, a true community bank about the community. And the first phone call, or the first person I went to talk to about it was Shannon Childs, our marketing director. And one thing about Shannon is she can get things done. And as we spoke about it, the first person we called was Helen. And it's really, you know, who better to put their name on the stadium than the bank that's here, your hometown bank, a major employer in the area. And we really felt it was a good fit for us. Shannon, I just like to recognize, she is our marketing director. She's our senior vice president. She's so much more. She has made this happen so much on our part, with everything from the signage to orchestrating everything along the way. She's done a great job, and working with Michelle and Tom, I think it's just been a great partnership in getting things done. The rest of the district's team has also been outstanding. Next and most important is our owner, Helen Smith. You know, she's a 1946 graduate of South Kitsap High School. When Shannon and I called her that day and ran it up the flagpole, she never hesitated. She immediately understood the impact, not only for the high school, but really for the community as a whole. And Helen's been associated with Kitsap Bank for most of her adult life. And while as she's gotten older, she's transitioned out of being the face of the bank, but she is definitely our heart and soul. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Helen. Oh. And girls?
Hi, everybody, and thanks for coming tonight. This was really awfully nice of you to all show up like this. And I want to say welcome to the mudless South Kitsap Field. Well, as you know, I was a cheerleader all through junior and senior high school. And it was such fun to see all these young, wonderful young spirits. It brought back a lot of memories. I really appreciate all the support we've had on this, and I'd like to add my thanks also to Shannon. She's been wonderful, and Tony, and all of them. I also want to tell you that in thinking of, the biggest thing that I learned on this whole campaign was that the girls' soccer had never been able to play here because of the mud, because they didn't want to tear the field up for the guys in their football. So I am so pleased. One of the nicest things that's come out of this is that the girls are going to have their soccer games here. And that's a real plus. In thinking about coming tonight, I decided to go through my old Skookum annuals. And so it was really interesting for me to find that in the 1942 annual, 73 years ago, I think, there was a picture there of this field. And it looked like a stump ranch. And it had been wooded, but the Letterman's Club and the other guys at school had cut down the trees themselves by hand because, as you might remember, we were in World War II and there was nobody to help the school build a field. Then in 1943, a year later, we were really deep into the war, and the picture in the annual showed a scrap metal, huge pile in this field. And the faculty and students had a scrap drive to raise money for to donate to the armed forces. So this field has a bit of history connected to it. There have been a lot of sweat, blood, and tears, you might say, to bring it to today's standard. And I also want to thank the contractors. They work 24/7 to get this done for the game tonight. So here's to the South Kitsap Wolves. You're the pick of the pack, and good luck. Thank you.
And so, thank you, Mrs. Smith and members of the dance team. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Debbie Maycomber and her son, Ted.
Well, I will say, speaking on behalf of the family, it's truly an honor to be included in this process to bring a new track to South Kitsap High School and Kitsap Stadium. And I would say that Port Orchard is truly blessed to have a world-famous author, living in its own backyard. But all right. But I will further say that truly the Maycomber family feels blessed to be a part of this community and be a part of this project. So thank you to you all as well.
They're bringing some flowers. Come on over. All right, thank you, South Kitsap athletes. At this point, although Joel has declined to speak, we'd like to recognize Joel Gray and his family as well. If you'd wave, Joel and family. It's my understanding that at one time Joel was quite the football player out there, and we think this turf would make him even faster today. So maybe after the game, Joel, you'll share a little bit of a sprint with us. Is that a go? We're sure he could fit in his jersey. Mrs. Smith is wearing her high school letter sweater, Joel. So game on, right? Go Wolves. At this point, it's my pleasure to introduce our facilities director, Mr. Tom O'Brien, who without Mr. O'Brien, this event would not be happening. He has worked so hard on this field. I also want you to know that it's his birthday this evening. And yeah. So this is the best birthday present I think we could give. I also want to thank Tom's staff. The seats you're sitting on tonight, our facilities crew worked for several days making sure they're very, very tidy. We're quite proud of it. And as I said, tonight our theme is excellence. Everything first class in South Kitsap. So here's Mr. O'Brien.
Well, from the day we were first challenged to do this project by our board and our board president, Mr. Lemke, we knew it was going to be a fast-track process. And it's really amazing if you think about it. We put Hellas under contract 80 days ago. And in 80 days, they've turned the stump pile and the mud pit into arguably the best football field on the planet. And I don't say that lightly. And there are a couple of people who really stood out as making a difference in this process. One of them is the Hellas Construction Company West Coast Vice President, Jeff Bergevin. Jeff, would you please stand? Projects aren't normally supposed to happen this fast or look this good when they're done. So big kudos to him. Also, I want to thank the city of Port Orchard, particularly the planning department and especially the public works engineering department. They really helped us when we needed to come up with permits, get some things done with the Department of Ecology to make this possible. Without their outstanding support, we would not be playing on this field today. Hellas, from the very beginning, wanted this to be a showpiece and one of the finest football fields anybody has ever seen. And if you look behind me, I think most people here would agree with that. Finally, I guess what I'd like to say is that somehow it's fitting and appropriate that we would be inaugurating this field this day on the eve of the 125th anniversary of the city of Port Orchard. So happy birthday, Port Orchard. There's your present. And now I would like to introduce Ed Santos, our athletics director.
Well, it's great to see such a great crowd here on this wonderful fall night for a little football game against that other team in Kitsap County. So, 10 years ago, you know, this field would have been a distant dream. A year ago, I never thought it would have happened, never envisioned our field being a turf field. They're getting ready. I better make this short. Thank you to Hellas Construction for their tireless hours. We had crews working 24 hours a day here the last few days to finish this, to Kitsap Bank for their generosity, the Maycomer family for their enthusiastic support and incredibly gracious contribution, to Superintendent Reed for her endless abdication, and finally I'd like to thank South Kitsap community, who's, you know, you guys believed in us and we got this field done, which is a wonderful thing. Many of you have not, most of you can think of one person who no longer is with us that would have derived great joy on this day. All I can say is, no more grass and mud on our fantastic new field. Go Wolves!
Well, Greg, we have a great night for a football game out here. It's certainly a beautiful field. Kind of brings back some of my memories of the old mud balls in 2007, and you know, and I know you were on the field for that. How was that playing in that stuff?
Oh, it's the Mud Bowl was something we definitely will never forget. It was a lot of fun, but I can tell you that these athletes out here are definitely going to make the most of this new turf and really enjoy it. I remember former Coach Segerson having us come in at halftime and actually physically getting in the shower with our full uniforms and pads and the whole deal, because the mud was just absolutely everywhere, and we were already soaked through anyway, so why not at least get warm and get clean in the process? And that was just at halftime, so it's really a cool thing to have this turf out here today.
And what a multi-use field it is. I mean, if you look at this field, there's lines for everything, looks like from soccer to lacrosse, both guys and girls, isn't it?
Yeah, tonight, as if you don't see it already, we have several different color lines out there. The whites are obviously your football field, yellows are your soccer, your blue lines are your men's lacrosse, and red are your women's. Men's and women's lacrosse actually plays on two different fields. It's a different style of game, so that's why you'll see two sets of lines out there.
And this field will be available for, you know, public use, which I like. You know, as a former Pee Wee coach, we always struggled to find fields to play on that, you know, that were good, that were safe for the kids. This field is, you know, the latest technology, and we just can't beat that. It's a pride for the community. It's a great thing that Kitsap Bank and Maycomer family did. This track also looks fantastic. Hasn't been resurfaced. And we have a new signage on the stadium board. You know, the Kitsap Bank Stadium with a brand new scoreboard. Everything just looks awesome out here.
Yeah, they really came through. The Maycomer family, like was mentioned earlier, and Kitsap Bank. they are going to benefit a lot of kids in a lot of different ways. So it's a really cool opportunity. I missed it by a few years, but both South Kitsap alums and current students and future students should be proud of this field.
And you know, one nice thing about this field is I know people who were out here during the recent rainstorms and checking it for drainage. They say, of course, the field gets wet from the rain, but there are no puddles. It just drains perfectly, and should be a lot of fun as the weather gets bad to to go ahead and play on and actually play football and not just slip slide around.
That will be a lot of fun. As you can see, the great SK band just finished up. There's a lot of excitement here. I expect the national anthem will be coming very shortly, but it looks like we've got a great crowd here tonight on both sidelines. Stands are packed, fans are ready, students are up. It's going to be a great night of high school football.
The inauguration of our new Kitsap Bank Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand. And gentlemen,
We're going to pause now for the color guard national anthem.
With the singing of our national anthem by the South Kitsap High School Chamber Choir, led by Mike Allen. The South Kitsap Color Guard, commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Coco Mumper, will present the colors.
That was the South Kitsap band with the national anthem. The band has been known to be extremely good, and this year obviously looks the same. We're getting ready now for the captains and the towing costs. Come on up here. We'll announce the captains as soon as we can see them, figure out who's coming on out for South Kitsap here soon.
Yeah, so as I was looking over some statistics and information on the new team this year, one thing I really noticed is that the South Kitsap offense had a little bit of an overhaul. Instead of what has been traditionally a on-the-ground attack, they're looking to spread the ball out and run a no-huddle spread offense. So, Phil, how do you think that's going to affect tonight's game?
Well, it's going to certainly be different than anybody has seen out here. You know, looks like it's going to be fast-paced. I understand all the young men out there really like running this offense. But it's going to come down to, you know, the typical basics: blocking, tackling, you know, who does that better, who executes. So our captains are coming out here. For South Kitsap, we have number 4, which is Logan Guerrero, and number 19, Michael Garcia. And for CK Cougars, we have number 2, Caleb Bates, number 76, it looks like, 75, Elijah Soso. I can't see the other 2 numbers, Greg, so I'm going to have to pause on them. Number 8, is Tyler Tubbs, and number 4, Kendall Yeagle.
You can certainly feel it here tonight. Friday nights are something special here in Port Orchard. As a former player myself, I remember this first game experience, the hype, the energy, all that hard work you put in over the summer. It comes down to this.
And Central Kitsap has won the toss and is elected to receive, and South Kitsap will defend the south end of the field. So it's, certainly you hear the crowd, the students are out, the band's out, and like I said, we couldn't ask for a better night. It's just, after, a week where we got mostly rain, to have it clear up for us, just to play this game, this is great. Fantastic weather. Greg, what was it like right before the game right now? Do you usually get butterflies or?
A little bit, especially as a young guy coming in. But by the time you reach that senior year, you pretty much knew the expectation. You knew what was going to happen. However, this is a new system for a coach, so I'm sure even the seniors this year have some butterflies about a lot of new stuff. But from what I've been told, these guys love the system. They've really bought in, so it'll be something truly special this year.
Kicking off for South Kitsap will be number 15, Nolan Souza. And back deep for Central Kitsap Cougars, looks like number 11. And that would be Elijah McKee. And to bring the ball out to the field now and get teed up and get this game going. Exciting on the first kickoff on a new field. My understanding is South didn't even get a chance really to practice on this field because it just got finished. Okay, here's the kickoff. It's kind of a line drive. Gets picked up at the 9. Going up the left side and tackled there by number 50. And then that's CJ Gill. The ball, they brought it back up to about the 21-yard line. Looks like it's 21-yard line, 1st and 10, Central Kitsap.
And here we will get the first look at that new SK defense. I believe it's a 4-3 out tonight.
CK is in the shotgun formation or pistol formation. Man in motion coming, and we got a false start. That's, usual nerves. Looks like we had 2 people in motion, snap, running back going forward. So it's a 5-yard penalty against Central Kitsap. You kind of attribute that to nerves, don't you, Greg?
Yeah, I would guess so. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few penalties on both sides. That's kind of your typical first game as all the new players try to really figure this out and get their football legs back under them.
Motion against a handoff off to the left side. Now it's number 32, Roki Blas, for a big gain. But we have illegal motion against Central Kitsap. So that'll be another 5-yard penalty. Negates the gain.
Yeah, that's something they're going to have to really figure out and watch as this game progresses. In a lot of cases, these games, especially the rivalry that comes down between CK and SK, it usually ends up being who can play their game and avoid those mistakes.
Yeah, this is one of those games that, it doesn't matter where you are in the season. It's exciting. The field's electric. Everybody wants to win this game. Gives you bragging rights for a while. And, the kids play their hearts out, and it's just a lot of fun to watch this game. So here we are again, CK in the pistol formation. Ricky Bloss running back. And we have another penalty against CK. It's another illegal motion penalty, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that's going to put the ball all the way back down at the 6-yard line. First down will be all the way up at the 31, so it's 1st and about 25. Man in motion again. It's over his head, over the quarterback's head, out of the end zone.
That should be a safety.
They're signaling safety for South Kitsap.
Wow, what a way to start the season.
Is there a flag on the field? Nope.
No, and so it'll stand. SK draws first blood with a safety.
What a way, for your defense to start. Offense, that's kind of a stuttering spot for CK, but I'm sure they'll correct that. That's got to be nerves. And then, South Kitsap puts up the first points on their own field, which is always what you want to do when you got a new field out here. I kind of thought I saw illegal motion there and thought they were going to blow the whistle, but, ball got snapped and over the head of the quarterback, and in the scramble went out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, as they say, play to the whistle.
Yep.
So, right or wrong, we'll take it. Whether or not you guys at home can hear the big boom in the background, that's the famed SK cannon that gets lit off every time the Wolves score. It's been a very long-standing tradition, and it's something we hope to hear over and over this season.
Well, and we want to hear a lot of it tonight. So now we have a free kick. This is usually a punt, but it looks like they're going to tee it up from the 20. And they kick off from their own 20, and that is number looks like number 3, Cole Craner maybe, kicking off. And back deep is back deep for South is number 3, Cole Craner, and number 4, Logan Guerrero. It's kick off down to 25, going to Cole Craner makes a move. He's going up the left side at the 40, 45. Finally tackled at the 49-yard line by number 6 of Central Kitsap, and that is Seth Earl.
So now we get the first look at the SK starting offense tonight. As you can see, they're in that traditional spread, but it looks like they're going to start with a 2-back set tonight.
2 backs, you got an H-back. They're already on the field, ready to go. So no delays, no flags. Hand off to number 34. And that's Isaiah Davis off right tackle for about 3 yards.
Be ready. It looks like they're keeping true to their word and setting pace very fast tonight.
South Kitsap's already ready to snap. Again, a pistol formation. Another handoff, this time to left side. Tackled for a loss, back down to the original line of scrimmage at the 49 with number 34, Isaiah Davis. Tackle. And again, South Kitsap's already lined up, called another play and ready to go. They have 3 split to the right, 1 to the left. It's a pass, coming back in to number 3. He's cutting across the middle to the left side, and he gets down to the 47-yard line of Central Kitsap. So that is a pass to Cole Craner. And it looks like South Kitsap's going to get ready for a punt.
Yeah, that's too bad they couldn't get something going early. I mean, building off that defense, that first safety, if they were to be able to come down and score real quick, that sure would have been nice. Looks like we've got a little bit of confusion on the field, probably personnel issue. I think, again, likely just first game, figuring out who needs to be where, making sure responsibilities are taken care of tonight.
Well, that was a quick series of plays. South has certainly come out ready to run and gun. Hard to get comments in between the plays. They're running this offense so fast. So it's certainly going to test every team they play, their endurance, and see how this goes as the game goes on. So that was CK called a timeout there. They were not ready for the punt. I am sure getting used to playing a team at such a fast pace, will take them a series or two. Most of the time people can adjust, but we'll see what happens as the game goes on. So back to punt for South Kitsap. It's number 15, Nolan Souza. And the deep back for Central Kitsap is number 11, Elijah McGee.
And yeah, like you said, though, with that fast-paced tempo, it does something to both teams. It's not just you it affects. It affects your opponent's substitutions. It affects...
Oh, snap over the head. And Central Kitsap recovers on South Kitsap 21-yard line.
That hurts. That's a tough loss. Again,
There is a flag on the play. So we'll have to see what this flag is. But barring a defensive penalty, and it's a false start against South Kitsap, so that would be declined. Central Kitsap has the ball on the South Kitsap 22-yard line.
yeah, like I was saying about that fast-paced offense, though, it really makes it difficult on defense, especially when you're not used to subbing in and out as quick as South Kitsap likes to run the ball. So it'll be something to watch as the game goes on.
Central Kitsap's back in pistol formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left, with 1 tailback. Ball snapped over Central Kitsap's head. And South Kitsap, number 27, which is Eli Watry Jr., recovers the ball at the 41-yard line. So it's now South Kitsap's ball again. So here we go back with that offense.
Well, that's an interesting way to get a first down, huh?
Well, you get a first down that way. You get your offense running on out there and hopefully catch Central Kitsap sleeping. So again, we have South Kitsap back in shotgun formation, and we have a timeout on the field called by South Kitsap, it looks like.
Again, it just seems right now that both teams, there's some confusion. I think this is another personnel or lineup issue that the coach is addressing. It's hard to tell, but it seems that the first game jitters are really affecting this team tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious with one of the hardest things to do is that long snap. And the fact that they're having issues with that is, you don't get to practice that against another defense. When you're going against your own people, it's not the same thing. And the center position is really difficult, and both sides seem to be having some trouble with that. And hopefully they'll get that ironed out as the game goes on.
As we said, these SKCK games are usually decided by only a few scores, and it really boils down to who's going to make and complete the game.
We got a handoff to number 81, Albert MacArthur, on an end around, and unfortunately lose 5 yards, 6 yards, so it's second down and 16 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, you just can't have that kind of penetration from the D-line like that. Those big boys get in the backfield and really screw up the running lanes and cause some trouble for those running backs tonight.
South Kitsap has 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and we have a penalty coming on up. Let's see what it gets. Looks like to me like CK might have jumped. Yep, it's a offside encroachment penalty against Central Kitsap. So that'll bring up second down and 11 for South. And they're back lined up ready to go again. Again, we have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, two running backs, even with the quarterback. Looks like a pass play. He's going deep to number 81.
He's got a receiver.
He's got a receiver open. Oh, and the ball gets dropped. Receiver was open. And, just one of those things. Again, you get those first game jitters. He catches it, he turns, he probably gets the end zone. But, you got to catch the ball first. So South Kitsap's already lined up.
And give credit to the safety from Central on that play. He made a nice pass defense, getting a hand up in there to force the drop, really.
Yeah, he did a good job recovering, that's for sure. Looked like he was kind of burnt, but not. Okay, so we have another pass play. Nope, it's a draw, looks like. Coming up the middle, number 34, Isaiah Davis. He gains about 2 yards. So we're going to have 4th down and 9, and I think we're going to have another punt. Back to punt for South. It's number 15, And that's Nolan Souza. And back for Central Kitsap is to receive is number 11, Elijah McGee.
What do you think, Phil? Do you think they had a conversation about that snap?
You know, I think they did, but why have a conversation? He knows what he did wrong, so it's like I said, it's a tough thing to do. It's a perfect snap, good punt. Punts down, he gets picked up by Central at the 15, comes around to the right side, down, tackle, nice tackle at the 20-yard line, and that tackle is by number 50, CJ Gill of South Kitsap. So now we're going to go back. We have Central Kitsap on offense, and we'll see what goes on. Hopefully they got some of their kinks worked out, and we can see what their offense has this year.
Yeah, so far from CK, all we've seen is that one positive play that was unfortunately negated by another penalty. So, again, I'm sure they figure that out on the sideline, and we'll see what happens from here.
South Kitsap brings somebody on the field late. Oh, fumbled snap. Number 8 picks it up. The quarterback has it. It's going to be dropped for a loss. It looks like, boy, that's a hard loss. That's about a 10-yard loss. Tyler Tubbs looks like he lost a handle on the snap. And, he'll, again, one of those things you'll get fixed up. So
he's lucky to get that one back. That was dropped and loose with several Wolves closing in on him.
So we have CK's got 2 receivers to each side, 1 running back, 1 in motion, and we have another flag. So I think what we're going to do is get another, unfortunately, another CK penalty because before the snap.
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like today.
So another false start on CK. That's going to bring it back. So we got second down here and a long ways to go, about 26, 27 yards it looks like.
And I'm sure these boys in the D-line, the backers, are smelling safety again. What do you think?
I think that's what they're looking for. I mean, quarterback's only a yard or 2 out of the end zone. Any miscues, and it goes. It's a handoff, looks like to the right side. South Kitsap comes on in, and nice tackle is number 34 on the carry, 32 rather, Ricky Blas, and CK is lining up. I'll tell you one thing, they give these ball boys a workout. They're running on off the field. So again, we have quarterback back in pistol formation, 3rd down and about 18. Well, looks like that one, it's a run to the left side, around the left side. South Kitsap defends it well. That was number 2 carrying the ball. Number 20, maybe Alika Serrano. Nope, number 2.
Well defended. These guys are really moving. They look fast this year.
They certainly do. That was a sweep, kind of an end-around sweep to the left side, and that was well penetrated and well traveled. And CK will be kicking out of their own end zone. And that looks like Caleb Bates punting for CK, and Cole Craner and Logan Guerrero back for South to receive.
Good snap. The kick is up.
It's a fair catch. South Kitsap ball, fair catch by Logan Guerrero at the 50-yard line. So first down Wolves, and again, we're going to take a look at that high-powered offense. Kind of hard to keep up with them sometimes. They're already out on the field. South Kitsap is lining up, and they are ready to go. So they're getting a play from the coach. We have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and 2 backs, an H-back and a tailback. And South Kitsap waiting for a snap, pistol formation. And we got a run, number 34. Oh, he's going off the left side. Nice gain. It was off tackle left, Isaiah Davis carrying for South. Gain of about 9 yards.
That'll help. Look for him to get going right away here.
South already lined up again. They're certainly going fast. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Again, we have H-back and Isaiah Davis in the backfield. Another run up middle. Well defended. No gain on that one. So, looked like the same play to me. Worked the first time, tried again, but CK did a good job learning from the first play and stuffed that one. So South Kitsap's lined up again. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And again, we have flag.
Appears to be encroachment at first call. We'll see if that holds.
Yeah, marking off against CK, so that's a 5-yard penalty. One of those things, defensive lineman, you got to watch that ball. You can't listen to cadence. You were a D lineman.
Yeah, you really can't. As a D lineman, you're watching ball. You shouldn't be listening. Tune everything else out. Don't listen to the cadence. Don't listen to anything anyone says. Just go on snap.
So we got looks like a hand. Oh, no, it's going to be a pass. Receiver's open, number 25 off to the right side. He's going down the right sideline, and he's down to the 6-yard line. Nice pass from Jake Taylor to number 25. And he's the H-back. And that's Anthony Morgan, senior, doing a great job out there. He's out there to block for a bit and catches that one, and huge gain. South has the ball at the 7-yard line. And they're lined up ready to go, and we have another handoff. It looked like number 19, Michael Garcia, carrying the ball. No gain. 2nd down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Again, South Kitsap lined up in that pistol formation. 2 receivers to the left. Again, another handoff to Garcia for about 2 yards, down to about the 5-yard line, maybe the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 6. Have some substitutes running in and out.
Let's see if they can capitalize here. Sure be nice to get one in the end zone, start the season off right, huh?
It sure would. Again, we have 3rd and 6, so we're going to kind of see what's going on. Looks like CK may be getting ready for a blitz. See if South can pick that up. They kind of showed their hand a little bit early. Made some position changes. We have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And again, we have a incomplete pass. Ball was intended for number 34, Isaiah Davis, but just didn't get that connection made. So it looks like we're going to try a field goal, Greg.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that I couldn't connect right there. He was in the end zone, untouched probably. But looks like the hopeful for a field goal here. Always good to get points.
Okay, so the field goal kicker is number 15. So that's Nolan Souza. Snapper looks like it was number 18, Brad Price. And it's up, and it is good. So South Kitsap gets on another 3 points. Kind of like a baseball score right now. It's 5-0, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting score to start the season off for sure. Not one that we would expect, but I wonder how many teams can say that. The first score on their field was a safety.
Well, you got to give it to the defense, and the defense is doing a good job. They're not really giving up many yards, and there goes the cannon. And, it's nice to see the offense put a drive together.
Yeah, for sure. And both defenses are really playing well. CK gave up a few big plays that were at the end, but then really held firm down when it came on the goal line.
They did a really good job of stuffing the run there after letting up a couple and forcing the pass, and, giving up 3 points instead of 7 is always a victory for your defense. So back for CK is number 20, Alika Serrano, and number 11, Elijah McGee. And kicking off for South Kitsap is number 15, Nolan Souza. So we've had some big legs back here at South Kitsap before, so it's kind of nice to see some of these kids get kick off a nice turf field. Don't have to worry about footage or anything. Again, beautiful field. Here's the kickoff. And it's a nice deep kick down to the 7-yard line. bringing it up by number 11 up the left side. Uh-oh, it's trouble. He's breaking through. The Wolves catch up to him. He brought it all the way back up to the 42-yard line of Central Kitsap. Nice return by number 11 from Central Kitsap, and again, that is Elijah McGee. Made some moves there at the end, gained some extra yards.
Yeah, got to stay in your alleys on those kickoff lanes. Let's see if South can have another nice defensive stand. I know both ways, it's always a tough fight. No matter what it seems, no matter how these teams end up record-wise, the CK-SK game was always something special. There's always that rivalry there. It's always tight. No matter how the strength of either team is, it's a game, and you come to play.
You know, I think I can't remember how many of these games have come down to literally the last play of the game in the last 5-10 years, but it seems like it's just about every one of them. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement out here. You expect CK to come back up. CK's in a pistol formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left with a back behind the quarterback. And it's a pass play. Looks like a comeback route. And number 2, and that is Caleb Bates. And it looks like he gained about a yard. Looked like he was going to get more than that, but South did a good job of closing on that one.
Yeah, that was a nice defensive pursuit. As we're seeing tonight, there's nothing fancy so far, really. What's your take on that?
Yeah, you know, it's really kind of fundamentals to me. It's, you know, CK's hurt themselves. It looks like there's another 5-yard penalty against CK. You know, they're kind of killing themselves right now. And like I said, I think it's one of those things, first game jitters. Actually, this is a 10-yard penalty, it looks like. So I didn't see the call. Must have been a holding call. Which is, you know, what would make sense in this case. So we have, again, 2 receivers to the right, 1 in motion. Everybody's going left. Handoff is to number 4, Kendo Yego, off the left side, making some moves, going up the left sideline. Nice gain. Looks like he gained about 13 yards, so it's going to be about 2nd and 7.
Yeah, CK so far tonight has appeared to attack on the edges. There hasn't been a lot for him up the middle. The Wolves have done a nice job of really shutting it off, and so they're looking to attack edges tonight. Hopefully those DNs can keep their contained and keep these fast running backs that make up CK's backfield contained.
Yeah, they definitely look quick, definitely have some speed, but I agree with you. I don't think we've seen a single play up the middle. So we have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Coming in motion from left to right. Here we go around this other edge here. Coming, looking around the right edge, and he's got some yards. That is number 27, DeAndre Sincere, and tackle was made by number 6 from South Kitsap. And that is Nathan Morin.
CK still looking over the sideline, getting the call.
Again, you know, one thing we have is going to have today is a lot of plays run. You know, both teams going no huddle. It's a fast-paced game. This is, you know, a lot of fun to watch. A lot of excitement out here. We got motion man run right up the middle this time, and he's got a big haul. And that's number 34. And they call it a touchdown up to actually number 44 from Central Kitsap. And that is Isaiah McGee, 5'6", 200-pounder. More of a fullback type, but he took that ball right up the middle, and he had a huge hole there, Greg.
Yeah, he really did. We were just talking about we hadn't seen something up the middle yet, and so you wonder about, hey, if they're anticipating all these edge runs, if they were setting that up from the get-go.
Yeah, you know, hard to tell, but he definitely, like I said, that was a huge hole. I probably could run through that, and, you know, I'm an old guy. So we have number 2 is the holder from Central Kitsap, and that is Caleb Bates, and their kicker is, well, we get the kick. The kick is good, and the kick was Kevin White, number 3.
So CK scores their first points of the game. It'll be good and interesting to see how the Wolves can respond.
Yeah, they had a nice drive last time, but kind of got shut down right there at the end. CK was able to put it together. Like I said, it's not like they weren't looking good. They were executing except for the penalties. So, it's one of those things where, you clear that stuff up and you actually get to see what the offense looks like.
Absolutely. Both these offenses are something semi-new to the Narrows League and area. What has traditionally been a more run attack by both squads has definitely turned into spread the football out, use the full field, attack edges, attack space, and a new but fun style of football has come to our area.
It's certainly exciting. It's hard to keep up with it, and constant substitutions, constant plays coming on in, and just getting that down is got to be great for all these young men. Kevin White kicking off for the Cougars, and Craner and Guerrero back for the Wolves. They're on about the 15-yard line. Here's the kickoff. And we have a flag on the kickoff. So we'll have to see what this call is. We'll have to do this one again.
I believe it's offsides.
Again, kind of your fundamental mistakes here. It's only second kickoff they've had, so yep, we have an offside call against the Cougars. So they'll back that up 5 yards and kick off again. So they're going to be kicking off from the 35. But that's one of those that you have to wonder, with the new rules and practicing and everything, how much special teams practice these teams really get, Greg?
I don't know. I'm sure they practice it, but it's a whole other ball game live. And they do practice, but the contact is different. It is new rules, new regulations, like you said, limit contact in a lot of cases, especially early in the summer. And so they're just not getting the live reps come game time.
Here's the kickoff again. And the ball is coming down to the 14-yard line. And that's number 3, Cole Craner. Oh, and he fumbled the ball, and looks like CK's got it. Fumble at the 26-yard line. Just a nice hit that was put on. I don't know anybody who's going to hang on to that ball. He just got his helmet right in the ball. And that was recovered by number 13 for CK. And that's Tristan Barr.
That's how these games seem to go. Again, CK-SK, it comes down to who's not going to make those mistakes. And it gives CK some great field position to start this next drive.
Yep, but that's 2 turnovers for South. And, one for CK to one safety that went out of the end zone. Just, again, kind of a little bit sloppy in the first quarter of the first game of the season. Kind of what you expect. They'll settle down, I'm sure. Okay, so we have motion, handoff going to the left side, and it's number 2, well played by South. It was number 2 is Caleb Bates. And it looks like we're almost getting some extracurricular activities out there. We don't need that. Again, this is an intense game. These kids want to win. But that was a gain of almost a yard. So well defended by South. Got 3 receivers over on the right-hand side for CK. CK's having some trouble getting people into position. It's a bunch formation on the right-hand side. Now heading on out more. Quarterback and running back run into each other. The handoff off to left side, number 32. He has that. And that is Roki Blas. And he picked up about 6 yards. Not a bad run. Well, again, pretty good defense flowing to the ball.
Yeah, they're certainly moving tonight, and then it's that traditional. We're seeing it more and more. They're attacking the edges. So let's see if they use what they learned last time, and maybe see if they can go up the middle after a few of these outside sweeps.
Again, we have a bunch formation. Now we have someone going most to the right. And South Kitsap just picked that off, and he's going to go all the way. That's number 50. Read that play. That's your linebacker, C.J. Gill, number 50. Picks off the ball at about the 20-yard line and takes it 80 yards for a touchdown.
Huge momentum swing right there.
So you sat there and you thought CK had the ball, good position. They'd at least get a field goal attempt out of this drive, and something like that happens. He just, you can tell he read it right away and stepped in front of the receiver, and he was gone.
Absolutely, like you were saying, turnovers have really been the story of this game so far tonight. There's another one that has now been the result of some points, or led to some points, excuse me.
And South Kitsap's looking a little bit confused for their extra point. So you have number 18 is the long snapper, number 8, that's number 18 is Brad Price, number 8 Garrison Glisson is the holder, and number 15 Nolan Souza is the kicker. Here's the snap. And the kick is good. So we have South Kitsap now up 12-7. Interesting first quarter. It was the fast play and the turnovers.
Yeah, that's really been the narrative so far. I bet, though, come second half, we'll see those coaches going in the locker room, talking to those kids, the importance of ball security, because it's cost both of these teams. And I think it'll ultimately be, like most CK and SK games that we've seemed to go back to, only settled by a score or two.
Yeah, I think, the way this game's going, it's going to be who has the ball on the last drive and can they execute, and that'll probably be the winner. So again, we're getting ready here. We have, looks like number 21, Sincere Baja, and number 11, Elijah McGee in the back for CK. And getting off the kick for South is number 15, Nolan Souza. So South has the trio, the safety, the field goal, and now the touchdown. So good way to start your first quarter on your new field. We're waiting for the kick. And we've got a delay here. Officials called timeout.
I'm not sure I heard the startup whistle on that one. I don't think they got the go-ahead kick yet from the back judge.
Well, someone's called.
Or
Looks like
timeout,
someone
maybe.
called
All right.
timeout. Not sure who that timeout's called on. They didn't signal yet, so that was South Kitsap calling that timeout. So they're down to 1, still the first quarter. So that's kind of like to have a couple of those in your pocket as you get down towards the halftime.
Yep, and I wonder, again, if it was personnel or alignment or just wanted to talk it over to make sure everyone's on the same page. They had a nice return last time. CK had a nice return last time South kicked off, so I'm sure they want to make sure everyone's on the same page, knows their jobs, knows their responsibilities, and covers this thing to not give up another big gain.
Yeah, it's so important to stay in your lanes. Way too easy to follow the ball where, somebody just, cuts across the field and there's nobody there for them. And again, it comes down to how much practice time do you get before your first game on this stuff. You don't really get to see even where your problems are until you get out there and start playing.
Yes, they'll certainly be learning a lot after the first game's footed. It's always adjustments, tweaks, and it's your first real evaluation. Of course, you've been doing it in practice, but it's nothing like getting those live reps.
Right. So we're getting ready again to do kickoff again. I'm waiting for the signal. There it is. And here comes the kick. All right, so we have a nice deep kick to the 5-yard line. And that's number 11. He's taking up the middle. Oh, nice tackle right at the 20-yard line by South Kitsap. That's number 45, Hayden Willingham, making that tackle. And he gets a high five from the coach on the sideline. Nice one-on-one tackle. Stopped him at the 20. It's a heck of a lot better defense of that return, Greg.
Absolutely. You can't give up big gains like we've seen. It's a momentum swing. It gives them great field position. And so to run down, make good tackles like we're talking about, doing your job, it's big. It's huge.
CK's got motion, run to the left. South Kitsap tracked that down, tried to cut back to the right, getting 3 or 4 yards. That's number 27 for CK, and they're lined up again, ready to go. So that was DeAndre Sincere on the carry. Like they gained about 4 years. We've got 2nd and 6. We've got 2 split to the left, 1 to the right. H-back and running back in the backfield. Motion coming from left to right. And looks like that might have been a botched play. He went to hand it off and the back wasn't there. So South Kitsap comes and takes advantage of it and drops him for an 8-yard loss.
Absolutely, yeah. Someone certainly turned the wrong way or stepped the wrong way because the quarterback appeared to want to hand off the ball to his running back, and the running back was not on that side.
So we have a flag on the play.
We'll wait to see what the officials say.
The flag was kind of in the South Kitsap backfield. I think it's going to be against South Kitsap. We got a personal foul against South Kitsap. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and even worse is an automatic first down.
Those hurt. Again, fundamentals. You got to stay focused. Personal fouls just kill you.
Yeah, I'm sure not what the coaches want to see. I didn't see what happened, but obviously the officials did. So again, you want to keep these games in hand too, because there is a lot of emotion going on. So we have one split far out to the left side, 2 receivers kind of bunched off to the right, and a tailback and an H-back. And the quarterback takes a snap, hand off right up the middle for about a yard. And that's number 32, Rocky Blas. So that's the end of the first quarter with the Wolves 12, Central Kitsap 7. So I'm sure they'd like to keep that going on for the whole game.
Absolutely. It's been a fun first quarter. Student section's enjoying it. The band's rocking out, and we still got a great crowd on hand tonight. So what have you seen that has really stood out so far?
I really think it's the fundamentals. The penalties have just killed Central Kitsap's offensive drives the first few times. Looks like they're kind of getting that under control. And just the emotion that you can tell was out there when the game started. They just the snaps going over the heads. That's a lot of emotion in there, and those are tricky plays to do. So I think if they calm down, they'll both settle into their offenses. And what do you think of South's new offense?
I like it so far. It's certainly different from the one I played in, even only a few years ago. It's fast. It's up tempo. I think it'd be a lot of fun to actually play in, although they've done away with my former position as a tight end in recent years. But they want to spread the ball out. It keeps it moving. The tempo is high. I think it keeps these kids in the game on their toes. And it'll be fun to watch this program progress.
Yeah, for a first game, I think they're doing a real good job. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. CK's in a bunch formation on the left-hand side. 1 receiver to the right and a single running back. In pistol formation, receivers coming out further to the left side, and we have a handoff right up the middle. He gains about 4 yards. And that's number 44, Hayden Willingham. I'm sorry, wrong team. Number 44, Isaiah McGee from Central Kitsap for about 4 yards.
You know, one thing I'd really like to watch tonight, and you should pay special attention to, is that interior line play. There's battles going on every single play. And that really ultimately can control their tempo, can control your offense and defense, and really sets the tone for this game.
Well, you know, everybody worries about the skill positions, and I've always been a big one that you can have all the skill positions in the world. You don't have, 5 people up there who can block. Nothing's going to matter. We have timeout on the field. Looks like a timeout by CK this time. And it's just so true. If the defensive line wins every time, I don't care what offense you run, you're not going to win the game. And if the offense can hold them out, you're going to be successful.
You know, I'm in that same mindset. I think it starts and ends in the trenches. Without the right blocking, you can't get your offense rolling, but without your defensive line keeping those blockers off your backers, you can't make tackles and you can't play defense. So it really goes both ways. And I remember back playing on the D-line myself, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. The trenches are always a blast, and you really pick out some good matchups and make some good memories and have some great plays. It's truly a battle we should be watching in this game.
CK comes back out. They have 3 split to the left, two off to the right. The 3 in the left are in bunch formation. Quarterback's off by himself. Coming back, it's pass out to the right-hand side. And that's a complete up the right-hand sideline for about 5 yards. Looks like it's going to be fourth down and about 3.
CK appears to be saying they're punting unit out on the field.
Well, they're at the 40-yard line. That would be kind of hard to take a risk there. South Kitsap isn't real deep on their on the receivers. They have number 87, Quinn Ogan, going back. In South Kitsap, fair catch at the 28-yard line, and that was Logan Guerrero.
Good thing he did, too. Those CK punt coverages moved down the field really quick. They were on top of him fast.
Yeah, they're not getting deep punts, but not getting any returns. So, you kind of pick your poison. You kick it further and you get a chance of a big return. You get in a 30, 35-yard punt and no return. That's probably what the coach wants. South is already lined up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 2 backs. And it's a pass play. And it's going deep. Nice defense by Central Kitsap. That looks like number 13, Tristan Barr, covering on that play, and did a nice job getting his hand up the last minute. South Kitsap running back for the offense, trying to get things lined up.
We appear to have a Cougar down on the far side of the field. He's up and walking. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, last thing you want is any of these young men getting hurt out here. This is, play hard, but let's finish the game. That's, everybody's doing this for fun and entertainment after months of practice. So let's hopefully come back in. South has 2 to the right, 1 in motion now going off to the left side. And it's another pass play. And it's complete to the 41-yard line. Pass complete to number 10. And that's Casey Carter. So that's enough for a first down. Ball now at the Wolves 40-yard line. Again, we have 3 off to the left, 1 to the right now. Looks like we're starting kind of passing. It's kind of a receiver screen. He gets out to the left-hand side, and that's number 81. Albert MacArthur, and makes a nice move, and it looks like we have another CK player down.
He's sitting up. That's a good sign on his own power.
Yep, he was face down. Don't like to see that. And, you just got to start wondering about cramps and stuff like that on these fast-paced offenses.
That's what it looks like for sure. You see the athletic trainers now coming out in the field and just stretching him. I'm sure it's a cramp.
You know, and that's something that hopefully walks off. Looks like he is walking that off. So that's a good sign. I like seeing that. You know, again, all of a sudden you're going fast-paced and hard, you know, versus practice, which is, you know, you don't want to kill your own teammates. So
it's a whole nother ball game.
So we have 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left for the Wolves. And fake handoff inside. It looks like a screen coming back into number 3. Picks up 8 yards. And that is Cole Craner. It's about an 8-yard gain for the Wolves. Again, Duray lined up, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. And they're getting ready to snap the ball again. Here's the snap. It's off to the left-hand side, and that's an incomplete pass. But CK's starting to get a little bit of pressure on that quarterback time to time.
Yeah, they are, and that'll be something to watch, too, as the game progresses. It, as you saw, though, I think they're trying to take advantage of that. You see a couple screens, a couple quick passes to the outside, and so South may be realizing that and trying to do something about that.
So we have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. To get into play, shifting formation, 2 backs in, a fullback and tailback, and a snap, handoff to left-hand side. And that was to number 34, Isaiah Davis. It looks like he picked up about a yard. And it's South Kitsap is 4th down and 1 at the 39-yard line. And it looks to me like they're going to go for it. Getting ready for a snap. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And it's a pass play. And it loses a yard. So it's going to be CK's ball here on the 40-yard line. What do you think of that call, Greg? Would you go for it in that situation?
Yeah, I like the call. I really do. It's aggressive. It's that style of the game. You're getting down here, closing on 8 minutes with the half, I think. Unfortunately, didn't work this time, but he's looking for momentum. He doesn't give the Cougars that great a field position, so I like the call. It's aggressive.
You know, I like it too. I think when you're on the 40, I mean, what are you going to get? Maybe 20 yards out of a punt. You're not, you know, you take the chance when it's 4th and 1. To me, I don't know what CK's doing. Looks like they're confused. They were getting ready for a punt. I think they didn't know what down it was. So that's their last time out. I almost think coaches sent the wrong formation out there.
Absolutely. It's first game for the coaches, too, for sure. So as a former coach yourself, how do you like these new offenses? You're seeing a lot more schools go to this spread or quick-paced offenses.
Well, you know, it's what works. So I like it. I am a traditionalist. I like the pound and ground game, but, you know, that takes – we don't have the Benji Olsons here anymore who are, you know, 6'8", 280. So I think, you know, as a high school coach, you have to use what works for the kids you have coming through your system. So it's kind of hard for these kids, I think, because, you know, normally the systems are started in the junior high level. And when you change it at the last minute, all these seniors have been playing one system for, you know, quite a few years. So CK is now out here on offense. And they're lined up, ready to go. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 running back on the 40-yard line. And it's a handoff up the middle to number 27. And that's DeAndre Sincere. And like I said, I think I agree with you. I think it'd be a lot of fun to play in. You know, when I was coaching high school, nobody ever thought of this stuff. So, you know, this is certainly new to me. We have 2 receivers to the left, 2 split out, 1 far to the right, 1 single back, man motion. And it looks like we have a stoppage of play and a flag on the field. Dead ball foul. We have, again, a legal motion against CK. So that's a killer. You go from 2nd and 3 to 2nd and 8.
It is, you know, and it's consistent. They've shot themselves in the foot a couple times, and that can really impact your game. It can impact your offense, and I think CK is really feeling the effects of those ticky-tack but callable fouls.
Well, it's one of those things that coach is going to have to clear up at halftime, and I think they're just trying to go just a little bit too quick. So we have a handoff up the middle. And that's Sincere again. He's gaining about 3 yards, looks like, back out to the 45-yard line. So we're going to have 3rd and 5.
It also probably comes down to just simply all that adrenaline, too, that are pumping through these kids tonight. It's a big thing to come out and represent your school and play against a rival. And so I always felt game day, even though you played at one speed at practice, and of course you went hard, but on game day that you just found that extra gear that always seemed to come out. And so moving a little faster, things happening sooner is to be expected, and you're not used to that feeling until you play a few games.
So we have a run up the right-hand side. He might have gotten it. It looks like he's got about 5 yards.
And that'll take the Cougars just over the 50-yard line into Wolves territory.
That looked like Kendall Yego there with the ball. So that's a first down. So CK is waiting for their play again. Again, no huddle offenses. I'll tell you one thing. All these kids are in shape, if nothing else. You can't run out here and do this. They have 2 tailbacks, 2 running backs in the field. One going motion to the right-hand side, and it's a handoff up the middle. South does a pretty good job of getting it, but the running back does a good job of staying on his feet and gaining some extra yards. So gained about 7 yards in that play. So we have a 2nd down and 3 yards to go. So kind of sit here. We're at 6.5 minutes left to go in the half, and there's only 1 timeout on the board, and that belongs to South. So that's could prove interesting as we get closer to halftime. So we have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and 2 backs. Mishandled snap was high, and the quarterback took some time getting it down, and that didn't let the running back get off the play on time. So another one of those miscues. That was Sincere. He's going to be dropped for a loss of about 3.
Yeah, it kind of looked like they didn't know whether or not to hand off the ball at that time.
I think he might have mishandled it, because of the high snap. It certainly looked like a run play, but you never know if those are going to be like read options either these days. We have 3 receivers this time, off the left, 1 to the right, 1 running back. Quarterback gets the snap. Needs to go back for a pass. And the wide open receiver, he drops the ball. That's number 20, Alika Serrano. Again, those first game jitters, I think. He'll look back at this film and kind of sit there and go, I should have had that one. So CK looks like they're getting ready for a punt.
And I think they would. I don't think they want to give South any sort of field position to start this drive, closing in on halftime here. Seems to be some delay, I think.
They're waiting for the punter, it looks like. High snap, punter handles it. Gets a nice punt off.
Well covered.
Fair catch.
Once again.
He might have fumbled that ball and fell on it at the 20-yard line. They kind of need to learn that if you got to dive for the ball, just get away from it. That was a dangerous play, but he's got it. So South will have the ball at the their own 21-yard line with 5 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the half. Time for one more rally.
Absolutely. We're lucky we got that one back. That was certainly at the bottom of the pile. Big scrum. You don't know who can come up with it.
So South is out there. Looks like they're ready to start their offense. I'm not sure what the official was talking to one of the team captains. And now they've released the ball for play. So we have 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, one running back in the backfield. And the official timeout. First game for the officials, too. They're ready for play. We have a screen, wide receiver screen coming up, and he takes it up to the 36-yard line. And that's number 80, Drew Kelly Ilimoko. Pass out to the left. A flag coming in from way deep. You see what this flag is. It's right around the line of scrimmage, but it came in during the play pretty deep. Maybe a holding call. I'm not sure. It's a holding call against South. So they're going to send him back. They'll walk back. That'll be 10 yards. That's, I think, the second holding call against South today.
Yeah, it is. You, especially when you're running these sweep plays and you're getting out in space as a lineman, you got to keep those hands in between the pads and not get out wide. Because as soon as they see any sort of jersey or any sort of grab out there, they're going to call it.
So South has the ball now. It's first and 20 at the 20, well, let's call it the 24-yard line. Three receivers to the right. It's a pass. It's another screen coming back in. Ball a little bit too low for Cole Craner to catch that one. So nice play design. Just again, one of those didn't quite execute. But we see a lot of those instead of runs, we're seeing a lot of those kind of like wide receiver screens, across the middle screens coming through. You know, we're catching the ball in the backfield. Another pass play coming up. And the receiver comes back, gets the catch, and it's pushed out of bounds about the 40-yard line. Nice play by the receiver coming back to that ball.
Absolutely. Helped his quarterback out a lot on that one.
So we're going to have a 3rd and 7 from the 40-yard line. They need to get to the it's about the 39-yard line to get over to 46 to get first down. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, motion to the left. Another one of these comeback plays. And he's going to have that first down. Again, that's number 80.
That's a huge pickup. Just the time starting to tick down. And it appears we have another Cougar down on the field.
Kelly Ilimoku was the first down. And we'll see what this Cougar is. Again, looking like a cramp. They're working on his legs again.
Yeah, more stretched by the athletic trainers. I think you're right.
If we're going to have injuries, those are the ones we want, you know, the ones that they get back up, get back in the game here in just a little bit. You got to wonder if, you know, with all the excitement, everything, are these kids drinking enough water? Are they getting enough liquids as this game goes on?
Absolutely. I'm sure after seeing a few guys go down with cramps early in this half, that those coaches during halftime are going to be pushing the water, pushing the recovery drinks, and getting those guys ready and primed for the 3rd and 4th quarter.
So while we got a break, again, just looking at this lovely field, I mean, it's just, it can't get better here. Looks like it used a little bit of watering, but, you know, other than that, you know, pretty good for a turf field and one of the safest fields in the United States.
Yeah, it's something really special. I mean, your NFL teams don't play on surfaces like this, so it's certainly a unique opportunity to be one of the only high schools in the country to have a field like this. Yeah, no, it's you couldn't ask for better. This is just fantastic. You know, and the fact that it's gonna hold so many sports. You know, and again, getting to see the girls soccer play on this field. They've done well in the past years. It is, and what I think is particularly unique about this is that it really was a hometown event.
Yeah, I'm losing my mic, Greg.
You know, you have the Kitsap Bank coming through with the money. You have Debbie Maycumber, who's a local here in Port Orchard, and so it's a community event that allowed us to do this, and it's a pretty cool thing to have community support and everyone in our hometown step up to do something special that's going to affect so many different kids.
Yep. South has the ball. It's a fumble. Quarterback picks it up. He's going to lose yards, but he didn't lose the ball. So that was a first down play. Looks like he mishandled the snap. Loses probably about 8 yards on the play. 7 yards on the play. So we have 2nd and 17. Again, just I think they'll get all these things down. We have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 2 running backs. Off to the right of the quarterback. We have another pass play coming. Again, number 80 looks like a Kili Moku with the ball. That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, I think as this game continues, it's not a lot, but a slight notable difference that South's just taken a few more seconds to get that ball snapped off. Not a lot. It's still quick, but.
Right. So we have another quick pass out to the right-hand side. And that's going to be enough for a first down. So South has the ball on the 38.5-yard line of CK with about 3:45 to go to the half. South has 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, two running backs in the formation. Into the handoff off the left tackle, number 34. That's Isaiah Davis, picking up about 3 yards. Do you see this developing into more of a run attack or a pass attack as South moves on here?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them just keep it balanced. Honestly, I think it keeps them both on their toes. It allows them to really get out in space and move, and keeps the defense on their toes as well.
So another pass to the right-hand side. No, I think the officials might have missed the face mask on that one, but you can't see everything. He quick pass, and we have the ball 3rd down and 3 yards to go, right outside the 30-yard line at the 31. I would think this would be 4-down territory.
And one thing I've liked about South's offense so far, it's nothing fancy. They haven't really taken many shots, just good high percentage passes and solid runs that have led them to open up some lanes.
There's a pump and go. Oh, that was just missed that one. That was I think the coaches saw that the cornerback had been trying to jump the route, and they faked it and sent the receiver deep and open, but just missed it. Don't even know if that's a normal play for them or if it's just something they saw. We have 4th down and 3 at the 31 for South Kitsap. It's a pass play. Back. Oh, he's going to get sacked. That's a loss of 5 yards, 4 yards. So it'll be turnover on downs.
That's too bad. It would sure have been nice to pick up a few points before halftime, but CK will take over, and we'll see if the Wolves can hold them until the half.
You know, nice play by CK. We had said that the pressure that looked like it was getting there, and it finally did. Just a nice play by their defense. They came and they were able to wrap them up. Waiting for a ball here. CK offense on the field. Waiting for the call. All right, ball's been signaled ready for play. They got the play in. Again, running out of pistol formation. We have 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 1 tailback. Receiver in motion. Coming across, looks like a run to the right. And South does a good job. We have a flag down on the field. Looks like my guess is a holding call. It's in the backfield. Yep, holding against CK. So negates about a 3-yard run.
And while these refs figure out this holding call, what'll be really cool, I think, in the future, I mean, this is a first in itself having a turf field here, but South has never actually hosted a playoff game in their home stadium before.
You know, and that's a real good point. We have no excuses now. We just got to get in there and host. I know last time we were in the playoffs, we wound up traveling to Silverdale and then traveling down to Mount Tahoma because we were not allowed to host a game here. And there's nothing like having a true home field advantage. I don't consider Mount Tahoma a home field for South.
No, absolutely not. I mean, whether you want to say it or not, or how much weight you want to put into it, traveling and moving, even on a bus ride, even a short one down to Tacoma, it's still not quite the same as playing at home. It affects you as a player. You have to leave and throw off your routine just a little bit, and it'll certainly be exciting now that we have this turf field, which allows us to host playoff games in the postseason.
Yep. Looks like the Silverdale players coming on off the field almost looks like another cramp. So I bet these coaches are going to be pumped up. We're going to have first down and 20 yards to go. They have to make it up to the 44-yard line. So CK has 2 to the right, 1 receiver to the left, and 2 in the backfield. Receiver coming motion from right to left. It's a handoff at the middle. And he's going to gain about 6 yards. So South will give him that, when you have so much to go. Ball's on the 27-yard line. CK's lined up. Almost looks like South is running their offense a little bit faster than CK is right now. Getting the plays in a little bit quicker. So looks like we have 2 running backs, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Waiting for the snap. Here's snap. Fumble on the snap. See, it looks like CK recovered. So ball's on the 25-yard line. Looks. They're saying it's South Kitsap's ball. South Kitsap on the 25-yard line. No, but I think that might have been wishful thinking for some of the South kids. They thought they had the ball, but CK's lining on up. It's now 3rd down and about 19 yards to go. So 3 receivers to the left. There's a minute left in the half. It's a pass play coming up. And the receiver's incomplete pass. Receiver made a nice dive back for the ball. Just couldn't hang on to it. Excellent play for him. So we got 4th down now. 52 seconds left. CK's going to have to punt. And South should get the ball in reasonable position with their fast offense to maybe make another drive, put another drive together.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll get to see the South Kitsap full-speed offense as they try to get some points here in the last few seconds of the second quarter.
So CK in punt formation, the only thing we're missing is a ball. Here comes the ball, so not quite sure what happened there, but it was missing for a little bit. Oh, they're getting a nice roll. CK's getting a nice roll. The ball's all the way down to the 26-yard line. Not what the Wolves wanted. Excellent punt by CK. Kind of you almost wonder if South wouldn't put on block. I'm looking at these snaps, and they look like they're lobs coming on back. It's taking a long time for that ball to get back there.
It is, and it allows those CK defenders to then cover more ground and get down the field. And I think they're doing a really good job of covering their punts tonight.
They're doing a great job. I don't think we've had a single return from South Kitsap yet. So South back, it's a pass play. Quarterback's trapped. He's going to get sacked. He's sacked for a loss. So it's going to be, I don't know if South is going to run another play or not. There's only about 20, 25 seconds. I think they have to run one more play to end the half. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just took a knee or, nope, they're going to throw it. Another one of these short passes out to the outside. And looks like he's out of bounds with 9 seconds left. So it's going to be third down. I kind of like this aggressive attacking offense. You know, you never know what's going to happen. One missed tackle and you might score. So South has 3rd and 12 with 9.1 seconds left. Waiting for the snap. Here we go. It's a fake hit inside, and he's throwing it deep. And it's incomplete. Well, we got 2.4 seconds left, and it's 4th down. What do you do, Greg?
I like what they've been doing, attacking the outside edges. I would say give your guy a shot. You know, put it where your receiver can catch it. Maybe send a couple of wheel routes. That pump and go sure worked the first time, so I think the only thing we missed was the connection on that last piece. They had the corner beat, so it'll be interesting to see if they try something similar here.
They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's 4th down, 2.4 seconds left. So this should be the last play, barring any penalties. And it's a fake to inside, and he's going deep. And we have flags. We're going to have interference calls.
So I mean, give your guy a shot, and good things happen.
Yep. So unfortunately, now a spot foul will be a 15-yard penalty, but we get one more play. So that's what happens when you take your shots. You know, sometimes you get calls your way. Well, it doesn't look like the CK coaches are happy with that play.
I'm sure they weren't. Time running out and expired, and you almost say let them keep them in front of you, keep them in bounds, get guys deep.
But their safeties are standing 30 yards back, 25, 30 yards back. South Kitsap in formation, 2 guys to the left, 1 to the right, 2 running backs. Give the quarterback a little protection. Short pass, up the middle, and that'll be last play. Pass complete for about 10 yards. So at halftime, we have South Kitsap 12, Central Kitsap 7.
Exciting first half of football here tonight, folks. So what do you think they're going to be talking about in the locker room today?
Well, you know, I think it's come back to the fundamentals. Kill the penalties if you're CK is just a big one. Those penalties are just absolutely slaughtering them. I don't know how many they've had right now, but it seems like they've had one almost every drive. You know, if I'm South Kitsap, I think, just a little bit better execution. Their offense is looking good. Defense is playing very well. And they've just missed on a couple of things. So, I think if I'm coaches on both teams, I'm fairly pleased because those are things that can both be worked on.
Yeah, I totally agree. I wouldn't say any major changes really need to be made either way. I think the coaches will keep telling them to do what they're doing, trust their instincts, trust their training, what they've been working on all summer long, and just eliminate those mental mistakes that seem to hurt both teams so far.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is adjustment to to a real game situation. Even when you scrimmage these days, there's no contact in the scrimmages most of the time, or it's limited. It's different when you get out here and you play for real.
Absolutely. The game nights are just totally, totally different. You can practice all you want, but there's nothing like coming out and hitting real opponents, getting away from the practice field and just playing your game. It always seems to be faster. The hits always seem to be bigger and harder. And it's just a different environment than practice. Absolutely.
So we have the band getting ready to come on out here. The South Kitsap band, I know, has won many awards over the last few years, so always good to see them come on out. They've traveled, around the country.
Yeah, they were in the Rose Bowl a few years back, or at least part of the parade.
And, that's hard to get into. That's not like you sit there and say, hey, I want to come, and they accept you. You have to audition. They do a fantastic job here with the music department. and always fun to listen to.
So we're now going to go live down to the field to listen to our band's first performance on the brand new field. I'm sure they're appreciating this new turf as well.
I'm sure they are, because nothing like marching through mud. So.
Absolutely, down to the field.
If you look behind me, you'll see the field. That's 3,000 tons of drain rock sitting there that's been perfectly arrayed over a very sophisticated drainage system. My understanding is this system will drain at a rate of about 40 inches an hour. So the days of playing in a mud bowl with South Kitsap are certainly behind us.
Tester with the fumble on the snap, picks the ball up, and he's able to get forward, and he's going to get the first down. I can't believe it.
If you're Gig Harbor, you're just absolutely beside yourself.
This field is going to play dry. It's going to play very fast. We're using a state-of-the-art technology. We'll be the second high school in the United States that'll have our kids playing on an infill that instead of crumb rubber will be cork and a product called coir, which is a coconut husk and rice hulls. 100% organic. There's no chemical issues associated with it.
We're looking at the bags of infill mix. It's produced by a company in Italy named La Monta, and it's a combination of organic fibers that are now being used for the first time in the United States as infill product. There are 5,000 synthetic fields in the United States. Most of them, as an infill, use a product called crumb rubber. This is ground tires that come out of the waste stream. A field such as ours would have the equivalent of about 27,000 disposed tires ground to create the infill to support the field. What we'll be using is 100% organic, very benign, and one of the great advantages of it, and this is getting a lot of interest down in the South, is the crumb rubber field, because it's a black surface, tends to absorb a lot of heat from the environment. So it's not uncommon in places like Texas for the kids to be playing on fields that are 165 degrees. Here in Washington State, we don't have that problem, but even here, we do see, if you've got children who've played soccer in the afternoon on a crumb rubber field, you're familiar with the fact that it's hot, and you're taking some of that field home with you. It kind of collects and attaches itself to the children. This product is not going to do that. It on the surface stays fairly dry, but what we'll do is we'll keep it hydrated so it has that excellent resiliency we're looking for. This does not absorb heat, so this doesn't get any hotter than the outside ambient air temperature.
He looks like he's sitting up under his own power there. May have just had the wind knocked out of him. Nice job as he gets up and he's going to walk.
But what we liked about it when we visited a similar field in Corpus Christi, Texas, is that it's got excellent foot stability, which means our players are going to have fewer problems with ACL sprains. Turf toe will be a thing of the past because the foot stability is exceptional. It's on a par with a regular grass turf field. So we couldn't be more excited. Our first game will be the 4th of September. Substantial completion by the company has been promised for the 31st of August. Now, my hunch is we're probably going to beat that.
Our schedule had us wrapping up on the 31st of August. That was the original schedule to get it done. Of course, our first football game is going to be on the 4th of September, so we don't have it didn't give us a lot of wiggle room. We were hoping we would make some time up as we went through the summer, and we did fairly well in some areas, and then we ran into the weather pattern that has been plaguing us over the last week. It has really slowed things down quite a bit. And probably our low point in the project was last Saturday. We had some very, very heavy winds, 50-knot winds coming through this area, and it actually picked up the field. It had been nailed into the ground with the heavy spikes that we use to secure it, and they weren't enough to keep it from just picking up, and it started to roll up. Fortunately, we had 14 workers. They were able to jump on it and secure it and get it under control before we lost the entire field. Great day yesterday, and today it's beautiful. We had a touch of rain. We were starting to worry a little bit, but it seems like we're on top of it. So what we'll do this evening, the crew is installing a pea gravel, which is the first course of the infill we'll use on the matrix turf. That's about 8 hours of work. So this evening, they will hand it off to Hellas Construction. Hellas will be back here, and they'll be putting the second course of infill on, which is the cork coconut rice hull mix. We've been talking about 100% organic infill, and that's probably going to be 24 to 30 hours of installation time. We'll be working 24 hours a day. The lights will be on all night, and they're committed to getting it done.
I can just tell you how excited I am. I was here last night at 8 o'clock, and when I showed up, the superintendent and our facilities manager was standing on the 50-yard line. And when I walked out there and walked on the surface, what I felt like is I was like back in high school, and I wanted to run out for a pass. It's a beautiful field. It feels good. Our athletes and students are going to be safe, and it's just what we need.
This has been, and actually it's been the most fun of any project I've ever been associated with. It's a great way to go out. You know, if I think about it, my first project was the track back in 2000. My last project is going to be the field and the track restoration in 2015. I'm having a ball, a lot of fun, and it's going to be something that is going to be so important to the community. And you know, I'm still coming to football games and soccer games, and I'm just going to love sitting there and watching the kids play on that field. It's a work of art.
You gonna make it, guys?
Oh, we're going to make it. We are going to make it. We're playing football tomorrow night.
Guaranteed.
Okay, we're back at the brand new Kitsap Bank Stadium field. And we have South Kitsap at 12, Central Kitsap at 7, and we're getting ready for the second half. Greg, what do you think of this field?
I love it. It just looks so sharp.
You know, there's a lot to go on with this field. It's was put together by Kitsap Bank, and the track is the Dale Maycomer Memorial Track, resurfaced, ready for all the sports action the Wolves are going to have this year, maybe except outdoor basketball and volleyball, but you know, just a beautiful, beautiful field. You know, this turf it's called a matrix turf fiber. It's not the black rubber stuff that you see on some of these other fields. coconut husk and walnut husk material that's in there. And if you're looking on TV, the reason why some of it looks brown is because they literally finished this field last night. So, that will go away as time goes on.
Absolutely. From what I understand, they've been working 24/7 for the past couple days to get the field ready to play for this opening night.
And it looks fantastic, and the teams are really enjoying playing on it. Hopefully, one of the big advantages of this field is we're going to limit any sort of concussions, which is such a big thing now, all the way up to the pro football sports. That's not something anybody wants to have happen to any of their kids playing football. So if it eliminates one concussion, in my book, it's certainly worth it.
Absolutely. And as we watch this field actually go up, it's not printed on. What I found fascinating was that the lines you see are actually cut out of the green turf and then sewn in together in order to get that mesh and that crisp look that you see tonight.
And that, certainly helps with the maintenance, lower maintenance, good drainage. Just, what more could you ask for if you're playing high school football? So, and Kitsap Bank Stadium scoreboard is rolling on down to the end of halftime. And again, the signs out front, the scoreboard signs, everything here is it's just first class. So what do you think of the first half? What do you think is going to come out? South gets the ball, start the second half.
I do. I bet we don't see a change. They're going to come out quick, look to move the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see get the ball in space, get it to the outside, and occasionally, as soon as those defenders start trying to cheat up a little bit, looking for some long balls. And we've seen that a couple of times so far.
Yeah, South could have easily scored one more time. CK, kind of gave up some points, by some early game jitters. So, it's one of those things we're going to, see what happens in the second half. I think a lot of it's going to come down what game can kind of settle, what team can settle down. So Kevin White's getting ready to kick off for the Cougars, and we have looks like Craner and Guerrero back for the South Kitsap Wolves. We're ready to start the second half. Here's the kick. Kick is down the left-hand side. The short kick taken at the 20. And he's tackled at the 32-yard line. And that was Guerrero on the return. So we'll get a South coming back up on offense. And moving on. Pretty good field position, Greg.
Yeah, this will be a nice starting spot for what hopefully becomes a productive drive to start the second half. I know they're looking to really get that offense rolling, and let's see if that consistency can start to show itself after these halftime adjustments.
And South has someone in motion. We're going to try to bring around nice penetration by Central Kitsap. That was a kind of an end-around type play, coming from left to right, and they penetrated and stopped South for about a 2-yard loss.
Absolutely. So with this new style of offense, I know it's obvious in South's offense, but I think football as a whole, we're starting to see a whole lot more motion and a whole lot more spreading of the field. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. The old I formations are gone. There's an incomplete pass. It was a nice throw. Get a little bit low, made it a little bit hard for the receiver to get it, but would have been a pretty good gainer. But so we have third down and 12, and I just think it's all the stuff is certainly a lot of fun to watch. And South has 2 backs, I think, for protection, 3 receivers out there. It's back to pass. Has plenty of time going deep. It's got a man. And he makes a move, and we're at the 49-yard line of CK. And that's number 81, Albert MacArthur. But we have a flag on the play, and it's a holding flag against South Kitsap. That's going to come back.
Ouch, that one hurts a lot after a nice big gain that's going to back South up well into their own territory. You just can't have those penalties.
Yeah, it might explain why quarterback had so much time, though, too. So, it's one of those, just a killer for you. I mean, we had the ball at the 50, and South is going to have the ball about their own 21, 20. And, wow, they're bringing them way back. Yeah, they're back at the 13-yard line. So they have 29 yards to go. I thought it was a holding penalty. Maybe it was something else. Because it looked like it was 15-yarder. South back. Quarterback's back to pass. Again, same target. Got the ball caught. Makes a couple moves. And he just broke loose. Oh, and he's out of bounds at the 39-yard line. What a great pickup. Again, that's Albert MacArthur for South. Now you get the ball at your own 39, it's 4th down. And it looks like South may be going for it. That's a lot of trust in your defense.
It looks like there's a little bit of confusion about what either team wants to do here at this spot.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the officials are doing. They've got the ball placed, but they're over the ball, so you can't, you can't snap it. It looks like it's about 4th and 2 to me. So, I'm, a little bit unsure of what the officials are trying to do right now. Looks like they're getting ready for play. So, South has the ball. 2 backs in the backfield, quarterback, and CK jumped off sides. Hard counted them. Don't know if South is going to snap it or not, but that 5-yard penalty will give him a 1st down. So, again, another costly mistake.
Yeah, that's huge. Momentum shifter in some cases, especially if the Wolves can get points off this drive. Your CK, you have them stopped. Whether or not South is actually going to snap, we don't know. But you had a stop and just gave them a 1st down.
So we got 1st and 10, 3 receivers set to the right, coming motion from left to right. It's a fake to the motion man and a deep throw and overthrew number 80, Kililu Moko. And, nice play. Just again, one of those couldn't quite connect. Would have been a big gain, maybe a score, but, it's one of those things. You got to connect. I like a call on 1st down.
I do too. Nice, being aggressive. Like I said, they're going to take their shots.
Yep, SK, again, 2 receivers. It's a handoff to the inside. Nice moves. And he's a big gainer for number 34, Isaiah Davis. That's about 25 yards on that run, down to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 South Kitsap on the 31, and you better be ready to go, because as soon as those chains are set, they've already got the play in, they get the call, they're ready. As soon as it's ready for play, they're ready to go. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. South back to throw, some pressure. It's a little receiver screen in the middle, and he's taking it down to the 1-yard line. And that is number 3, Cole Craner on the reception. South Kitsap 1st and goal from the 1.
They are really using a nice job utilizing that screen play tonight.
Yeah, it's almost like a running play. They a nice safe pass coming back towards the quarterback, and across the middle, little dunk pass, and they get nobody in the middle, so down they go down the field. Plays in, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2 backs, and it's a handoff, and they're going to lose some yardage on this one. They're going to lose 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. So nice penetration up front by Central Kitsap. Stop that play.
CK's giving up their share of big plays in the open field this time, but when it comes to goal line, we see them consistently hold their ground and stuff South on a few occasions.
they've done a real good job on their goal line stands. Let's see if South they've got 2 more plays to be able to punch it in. Hopefully they can do it here at some point. And we got quarterback sweep to the right, and he's getting back to the line of scrimmage. So we're going to have 3rd and goal from the 4. Kind of load up everybody on the right-hand side and try to just everybody's in front of someone and block. So again, CK staying strong at this goal line. Let's see if South can punch it in. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for South. Quarterback's at the ball. Oh, a little dunk pass, and he's in for a touchdown. That's Isaiah Davis on the reception. We do have a flag on the play, though.
Yeah, I like that call on that one. You've been loading up consistently in the box, and have the running back jump out like that. Nice, safe dunk pass over the top of the lineman, and he's in. He ran hard. Unfortunately, it looks like this one's coming back.
Yeah, it looks like we had a false start against South Kitsap, so, we're going to try this again from the 9-yard line. Let's see if we can punch it in from here. It's another shot. Certainly not unmakeable.
Penalties are always unfortunate, but those ones that take points off the board are never good.
No, those can really kill you, even if, hopefully we can get on in here and score. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And they fumbled the ball.
You just can't do that in these games. They're too big, they're too important, and that's another turnover.
And you want to talk about, kind of momentum swing. South gets the points taken off the board and then don't even get a chance to score. So let's see if the defense can hold CK here and, get good field position again for the offense. The offense is moving the ball well.
Absolutely. They looked good in that series up until the last few plays and couldn't quite punch it in. But finishing drives is important, and it might be something to really look at as the season progresses.
And so CK handoff up the middle, a little bit off right tackle for about 2 yards. And that's a rookie Blas as the ball carrier. And again, both these offenses are fast tempo. I don't know how many plays we've run tonight, but I'm betting it's a lot between the two. So we have 3 receivers over to the left-hand side, 1 to the right and a back. And it's another running play up the middle. And it's going to be enough for that's Blas again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a face mask penalty on that one too.
I saw his head turn around. I don't know if I see, you have to have the flag down right by the ball. So we'll see what we got here. It's enough for a first down.
Yeah, if I could see that one from up here in the booth, I'm sure they saw it too.
And so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against South, and that's bringing the ball way out up to the 43. So, and certainly the right call. These 15-yarders are usually safety penalties, and you got to like that, keep everyone safe. So we have 3 receivers over on the left side, 1 to the right, 1 back, and handoff to the back. And he's going to get in some yards, and he's breaking off to the left-hand side, and he's loose. So that's Blas again. He's down to the 19-yard line of South Kitsap. So that's a big gainer. Those ones can't give up. So South has to, come on up here and stick firm and try to keep them out of the end zone at this point.
Yeah, we certainly could use another big stuff by our defense. Come away, force turnover, looking to strip balls when you're making tackles, head on the ball, proper tackling, and let's see if they can potentially pop this one out, turn the ball back over.
So CK's taking the snap, and it's a fumbled snap. It's over the quarterback's head. He jumps on it. That's a big help. Ball's going to be back at the 35, 34-yard line.
You know, it just seems like whenever one team gets really on a roll, all of a sudden something happens that just sets them back.
And you got to sit there and go, okay, how many times have we snapped the ball in practice? You know, but still, here we go. I mean, that's not like it's the first missnapped of this game.
Oh, certainly, and not for CK either. It's both ways. Both these teams get on rolls, and all of a sudden, a penalty or a bad snap or mistakes that could be fixed pretty easily.
There's a pass down the right-hand side, and it's caught for reception, ball down to 25-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 16 yards to go for CK. That's how much that fumble cost you. You get all the way back there, and you know you get a big gainer, and you're still not even up to your original line of scrimmage. So that's really hurts. So CK looks like they got one wide out left, 2 receivers to the right, another back in on the left-hand side. 3rd down, it's probably 2 down territory. In motion, coming up the middle, and it's a nice play by South. They tackled them for about a 2-yard gain. So we're going to have 4th and about 13 from the 22-yard line. That'd be a 40-yard field goal. So, you know, obviously you don't punt in this situation. It looks to me like they're going to keep the offense out there. So look for South defense step up. You know, as long as they give up less than 12 yards, it's going to be their ball. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, running back in the backfield. You know, pistol formation. Quarterback's back. He's going to get some pressure. He's getting some pressure from South. And he handed it off to South Kitsap. So that's a turnover. That's a fumble. Basically, South Kitsap getting the ball on the 37-yard line.
Excellent pursuit. Did you see how many Wolves were on that quarterback?
You know, there was a whole pack of them coming, and he knew it, and he was trying to get the ball up, I think, to throw it away, and he brought it up and just South snatched it from him. So, again, momentum. It just seems to be changing left and right.
Yeah, and there you have it. A great stand by the Wolves. The defense holds, and the offense comes back on the field. Let's see if they can do something right here.
So South Kitsap, it's a run inside. It looks like he lost his footing on this new field, which couldn't tell if he got knocked out or what, but it looks like he made a cut. Might have been a CK player taking out his legs. And we do have a CK player down on the field. Seems like the CK players are having a lot of cramps out there.
Yeah, this one appears to be as well. The athletic trainers are up, stretching that hamstring, stretching the legs, and that appears to be what this one is as well.
Really kind of hurts the South Kitsap momentum and keeping their offense going when you have these fast ones.
You wonder about that because South is built on go, go, go and getting that play call off quick, not allowing defenses a lot of time to rest, and then, well, it's never good to have injuries. It certainly kind of helped them slow down the South attack and give their defensive players some rest.
Yeah, and he's able to jog off the field, so I'm sure we'll see him on back here. But
and as per high school rule, when a player gets hurt, they have to come out for at least one play before they can re-enter.
So South Kitsap has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fake handoff inside, little dunk pass across the middle. And again, kind of a good gainer. It's going to go for about, looks like 10 yards. That'll be a 1st down. And that was a number 87, Quinn Ogan, I believe, caught that ball. So South ball at the 49. Handoff inside. Nice run, nice tough run by number 34, Isaiah Davis. Just a great effort there. About 6 yards, South ball, another handoff, breaks a tackle, cutting up the middle. You can see why he's the running back. 7 tough yards coming on for Isaiah Davis. Breaking tackles all through the middle.
Absolutely. So we went all night talking about the pace of South's new offense. They're averaging about 3 to 4 seconds from the time the ref blows the whistle to the time the ball gets snapped.
You know, that's a fast pace. There's the whistle. South is sitting here. Changing formation. Got man motion, snap, fake to man motion. He's got somebody deep. And it's a touchdown, South Kitsap. Caught by number 81, Albert MacArthur. What a nice throw, nice catch.
Yeah, that South quarterback really did a nice job of leading his receivers down the field, allowing him time to run under it, make the catch into the end zone for 6.
You couldn't ask for a nicer play right there. That was that's as nice as a pass play as they come. So again, we have Souza for the extra point. His holder is Garrison Glisson. And I believe Brad Price is the long snapper. Here's the kick, it's up, it's good. So South Kitsap 19, Central Kitsap 7. What do you think of that drive, Greg?
You know, that was probably their most complete drive yet so far. No penalties holding them back, no mental mistakes that time. And so a nice, long, complete drive for the Wolves. That's something we want to see them do time and time again this season.
You know, it doesn't seem like both defenses are playing good, but the offenses can move the ball as long as they don't make the mistakes. You know, and South Kitsap there, that was a pretty good of a mistake-free drive. And as a coach, you have to love that.
Absolutely, and you wonder, CK's played South many, many times over the course of the years, but it is a new coach, and so I wonder if the Cougars are completely ready for this new style of offense, this higher speed, and maybe the defense is getting a little tired.
Well, you know, you can look at the old Bethel films if you want to, but, you know, new team, new coach over at South. We're in that same series, but it's not the same thing. And I think, you know, Central Kitsap has a lot of players playing both ways. You know, it'll be interesting to see how this goes as the game goes on. They're obviously having some cramp issues and stuff like that, so that all goes into exhaustion, you know, kind of running them down. So we'll see how this goes. South Kitsap getting ready to kick off, and that's number 15, Nolan Souza. CK getting ready to receive. That's Elijah McCann and Alika Serrano. And here's the kick. Nice kick. All the way back. He's picking up at the 2-yard line. Nice run back. Up the middle. Down to about the 23-yard line where he's tackled by a host of Wolves.
Something I want to see here now is after a big score like that, the Wolves defense come out and stop them, hold them tight. Have a nice solid play. You just saw your buddies work their butts off to move the ball down the field and score, and so I would expect the defense to do the same.
Well, you know they have to be pumped up after that score. It'd be great to see a 3-and-out here and get the ball back and put another score on the board. Right now, South Kitsap's up by 12, and as you know, that's not enough in these games. Bunch formation to the right here. Receiver now going further right. Pass play coming up. Nice pass, nice catch. Ball for 11-yard gain. That's a CK first down. So receivers are getting open. You know, Wolves are playing some solid defense. Receivers are definitely getting open. We have, looks like 2 Cougars off to the right, 1 receiver to the left. pistol formation, come in motion and hand off to the right side. South Kitsap reads it, plays well. They need to tackle this guy. A lot of Wolves not wrapping up.
Yeah, it's good to see so many bodies around the football, but when you get there, you got to hang on for sure.
You know, kind of worked in South's favor because his forward momentum is back. Loss of 8 yards on this play, so it's 2nd down 18. But a lot of Wolves had a chance at this young man, and they had to wrap him up, and they finally did. But good play on the defense, loss of 8 yards. So we have 2 receivers to the left, pistol formation, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a single back. So pass play coming up. We're putting pressure on. Nice catch, nice tackle there. Nice open field tackle by number 24 of the Wolves. And that's Caden Anderson. But nice pickup of about 7 yards. So they get 7 of it back. And then we have a 3rd and about 11 yards to go. So bounce formation here with receivers to left and right. Motion to the right. High snap. Quarterback handles it. Oh, he's got somebody wide open. And he's caught ball down to the Wolves' 25-yard line. I'm not sure how he got that far open, but that receiver was wide open on that play. That's Dawson Craig. Or Krog, Dawson Krog on that catch. You know, it looked like South had him there for a bit, but that was a nice play.
Yeah, it looked as though 2 South defenders actually ran into each other when they went to make the tackle. I think they picked up a few more because of it.
You know, that's just one of those things that happens. You gotta love it, the flying to the ball. So give me a bounce formation left and right. Receiver in motion from the left to the right. And it's a handoff, and he's tackled right away.
That was a nice read by that South lineman right there. Really coming in, making the hit, keeping that contained, and holding them.
Yeah, no, that was great. He saw that, and I think that was Eli Watry on that tackle, and did a great job there. That's what we got to do, is get our ends up the field like that, so they stop those little end around sweeps. Again, bounce formation. It's going to be 2nd and about 15. Receiver comes from left to right. Pass play. And it's caught at it's incomplete pass. I'm not sure what's going on here in our secondary, Greg. It looks to me like that's the 2nd time we've had one cornerback or safety trying to cover two CK players.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to that. They found something in that seam route at the middle. I don't know if that's a halftime adjustment, but we really didn't see that in the first half. So maybe it's something that the coaches and CK feels like they can exploit the second half, but certainly something to watch. I would suspect now that they've seen it a few times. The South coaches will also similarly adjust and hopefully shore up that issue as well.
We have a timeout on the field, looks like. So I think CK called timeout. But just like everything else, timeouts seem to go through quickly here because they're already getting ready to line up on this field. So we're going to have a 3rd down and about 15. Again, probably, I guess, 2-play territory. You know, you're not going to punt it from your 30, so you don't need to get the whole thing right here. He gets a quick pass out to the right, runs into his own receiver, gains about 10 yards on the play. Ran into his own blocker on that play, but that's, pass is designed to kind of be quick hitter and a quick block, so they're going to go for it. It looks like it's 4th and about 4 yards.
Let's see if South can step up, make a stand right here, force another turnover.
Got 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. It's a run up the middle. And it's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he's going to have it. Not by much, but I do think he's going to have it. And we have another CK player down. You know, CK did not bring a very large team down here.
No, they really didn't. I wonder if depth is starting to play a role. You wonder how that's going to affect them going into the fourth quarter here.
You know, that's it. You got 2 teams that play fast. They have a bunch of players playing both ways, and, you know, you just you can't do it. We do have a measurement. This is an important measurement because if they're short, it's South ball. And it looks like South is signaling that they're short. And they are. Oh no, they're calling first down. I'm sorry, I thought so. An official must have been a South player pointing the wrong way.
It's hard to tell from our angle up here in the booth, but again, it was awfully close, and it's unfortunate that CK picked up that first down, but I expect the South defense to come out with some fire, and I would be expecting some pressure from the Wolves in this situation.
You know, as you get closer to the end zone, you don't have much territory to guard, so you might as well bring people up, and looks like they're coming up with a blitz right now. And it's the blitz is run, nice pass play to the end zone, and that's a touchdown for CK.
Unfortunately, that's the risk sometimes that happens with bringing pressure. You have one less defender back there, and I think they just made a nice throw and catch there.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a nice throw and catch, right on target from the quarterback, and, you know, the receiver did a good job. So CK is lining up for the extra point. And Kevin White is in for the extra point. This is a important one. So it's up, and it's good. So it's going to be 19-14 with 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Well, that's not the drive that South wanted to see. They kind of wanted to see him shut down. The big penalty hurt them. But again, we have a defensive penalty, and that moves the ball 15 yards. It's another one of those mistakes.
Absolutely. It's coming down to the fourth quarter once again. We got a nice one-possession game on a beautiful night here at the new Kitsap Bank Stadium. Looking forward to it being another nail-biter, probably.
You know, like I said earlier, I think it's going to come down to who's got the ball last and can they execute and get on down to the end zone. That's the way these things normally seem to wind up. No lead is too big, and this one certainly hasn't gotten big at all, so it's been close the whole game.
Absolutely. It should be nice to see South come up here and get a nice return, start in some good field position, and continue on that streak of consistency we saw on that last drive.
Yeah, we have Kevin White getting ready to kick off for CK, and looks like South has a new returner back there, Albert MacArthur, and he's back there with Cole Craner to receive the ball. So, you know, hopefully we can get a good return out of this. Here comes the kick. It's down to left corner to MacArthur. He's got it. Up to 20, and he falls down. Turf came up and bit him. You know, tried to make a cut and get cross-legged. So I'm sure he's not happy with it, but we still have the ball at 20-yard line. That's not, not a bad place to start. So now see if we can get the South machine rolling again. 54.2 seconds left in the third quarter. That might be enough time for them to score. No. Handoff. Nice play by CK. Tackle in the backfield. Loss of 1. So that was Isaiah Davis carrying the ball.
It looks like we have another Cougar down on the far side of the field.
Again, we're looking at cramps again. You know, I'm not sure what they're doing over there, but they need to get these kids some liquids and make sure they're staying hydrated. And I think the excitement of them, the kids forget to drink, and they may need to assign somebody to make sure every time they come off, they get something.
Absolutely. I'm sure they'll use this game as a learning experience, if nothing else, how to prep for a game. That's huge in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you know, it's really, again, it's a beautiful night here. You know, we're sitting here at this Kitsap Bank Stadium, and it's you couldn't ask for a better night for fall football. And it could be a lot worse. You know, it could have been a couple weeks ago when we were still in the 80s. So, you know, you have to wonder. But at least these kids are getting up, walking off the field. And you can tell they're cramped up. But, you know, hopefully they get back in a few plays. So South has 3 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back backfield. Fake to him. It's another one of these passes across the middle. Short dink passes, good blocking by the receivers. The ball's down 20-yard gain. That's number 10, Casey Carter. You know, South is using that play a lot tonight.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, just getting these athletes out in space and letting them do what they do.
Well, they're certainly doing that. They're picking up, you know, 15-20s at a time. Can't ask for more than that. Nice run by Isaiah Davis, number 34. Came to about 4 yards. Somebody grabbed him in the backfield, and he was still able to shake that off and keep going.
Always good to see that in the running back game, keeping those legs driving, cranking out those extra yards.
I don't know if we're going to get a playoff here or not. Nope, third quarter expired. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's 19-14 Wolves. So a little bit more action that quarter, Greg.
Yeah, I think the offenses both ways are starting to get in a little more rhythm, get comfortable. The adrenaline that usually comes with game days starting to wear off, and they're focusing on playing football. While we did see penalties, that we didn't see the ticky-tack stuff we saw in the first half. That's mental mistakes. We saw plain hard mistakes.
Yeah, you know, most coaches, you're going for a tackle, running back goes on down. You know, you get that face mask penalty. That's not going to cause a lot of grief. You're not seeing those 5-yard penalties, the false starts that we're seeing in the first quarter, first half. And certainly, you know, a much more upbeat tempo game when this happens. Both these offenses are going like that. So if you start the fourth quarter, South has the ball on their own 44-yard line. It is second down and a long 5 yards to go. And the start was a 3 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, 2 to the right. It's actually an empty backfield. And again, another one of those cross coming back to the middle, little wide receiver type screen plays. This one well played by CK. I think they're starting to see it a little bit often.
Yeah, he certainly read it out on that one well. I think as the game goes on, players start to make those adjustments. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another double pump play coming here. I think as you watch the corners, they're starting to cheat up a little bit and looking for that, so we'll see what happens here.
Quick pass, dunk pass to the middle, just enough to get the first down. So that's about a 5-yard gain. That was to number 10, Casey Carter. And that's all South needs. They just want, you know, keep getting these first downs. Not really an offense designed to run the clock down, that's for sure.
No, it's not, and that might be another challenge that the Wolves face in the future. Is if you do get up on teams, how do you manage that clock in those important end-of-game situations?
Another quick dunk pass for about 3-4 yards to Carter. You know, and, South is continuing to go with this empty backfield set. So, pass caught out to MacArthur, caught. He gains about 5-6 yards and is close to a first down. And they're calling a first down for South Kitsap. So ball on the 38-yard line of CK. Definitely not a formation you would have seen in the last couple of years with South.
No, definitely not. They're really spreading guys out and doing a nice job of keeping the ball out wide.
Quarterback keeper, kind of a quarterback draw up the middle. I think they saw it at the, they were kind of cheating and trying to just get upfield on the quarterback and let him just hold on to it and take about 5 yards. And again, South is already ready to snap the ball again. So another one of those passes across the middle, well read by CK. Actually, it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. So we got third down and about 9 yards to go. Got the play in. We got one back. Probably give quarterback some protection. 2 receivers out to each side. So, yep, back stays in. It's a long pass. Out of bounds, incomplete. So, fourth down for South Kitsap, 9 yards to go from the 38 of CK.
Be interesting to see what the Wolves decide to do here with time ticking down, see if they want to run off a little more time or if they want to go ahead and go for it here on fourth down. I think that looks to be what they're going to do.
Again, you know, you hit the 38, you punt it, it goes in the end zone, you only gain 18 yards, so they snap it. Oh, he's going to get caught, tackled, there's a sack at the 45-yard line. Sacked by number 27, DeAndre Sincere. And that'll be CK ball, turnover on downs at the 45. Certainly not the play they were looking for.
No, not at all. And I think if on film, when they go back and look at that tomorrow, they're going to want him, if he feels that pressure, to just get rid of the ball, throw it out of bounds and not give up that sack, because that's a loss of about, 10, 15 yards.
Right, and the ball goes over to CK, which would have anyway, but you don't need to give up the field position. So that's a learning experience, you know, and again, it's one of those first game things that, you know, you learn from. So CK has the ball in 45. And it's a run play off back to the left. Nice break. About 9 yards by CK, and that's Isaiah McGee carrying the ball for CK. Give him a first down, so he got 10 yards in that carry. Again, 2 backs there for CK. 2 receivers to the right. High snap, handoff inside. Nice tackle, gain of about 3 yards. And that was Kendall Yeagle was the ball carrier. So CK getting their players in and out, probably getting some rest. I think just one of the young men that had a cramp came back in. Flexing his legs. Waiting for the play. Definitely a little bit too, different styles in these offenses. They're both no huddle, but one is faster paced. in motion to right, back, handoff up the middle. That's a nice play by South, gained about 2 yards. And that was Isaiah McGee again, running the ball for CK. And again, we have McGee is down on that play, so he's coming out now of the game. So hopefully that's something minor. He's walking off the field. He is limping a bit, but hopefully something minor to get back in. Hopefully just another cramp.
What a lot of people don't realize is that pregame process starts a lot earlier than kickoff. I mean, even before the players get here, they need to be preparing, drinking water, getting their bodies and minds ready to play the game. A lot of people don't realize that.
And I think that's something that they'll be talking. It's another inside handoff. That's third down. There's no gain on that play. One of the things that, you know, the coaches have to instruct the kids on, obviously before next game, is, you know, if you're not drinking water and stuff all day, getting your electrolytes, you know, this is what happens. We have 4th down and 5 yards to go from the 40-yard line. CK stop here would be nice. Give good field position back to South Kitsap. They stop CK here.
And the one thing you cannot do here is jump off sides. If you're a D lineman, you're not watching anything or listening to anything except for the football.
Over the head of the quarterback. He's jumping on it. Oh, that's a mistake by South Kitsap. Quarterback was down on the ball. The South Kitsap player came on in and hit him. Don't know if he thought the ball was still loose or what, but that was 4th down. South Kitsap would have had the ball on the 41-yard line. So again, one of those mistakes you make. Dead ball foul, personal foul. But it's a dead ball foul. So it's after the play was over. So South Kitsap will keep the ball. But they'll be, instead of being on the CK 40, 41-yard line, they'll be back at their 45. Kind of a break in a way for South Kitsap. How do you feel about that call, Greg?
Unfortunately, I mean, I don't like it, obviously, but it's the right call. It was after, it was late. In high school football, as soon as the player's knee hits the ground, the play is over. And as we saw there, I think he was just excited. You know, you see the football and the quarterback on the ground. You know, definitely didn't mean anything bad by it, but he was down and he did hit him late according to the rules. So, unfortunate call, the right call, but it was a hustle play.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I don't think there was anything intentional. He just saw the ball on the ground and wanted to get it. So South Kitsap football at their own 45-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. They go up to the handoff, and he's going deep. And he's got 2 guys open. And they almost ran into each other. South is going to have to look at it. We do have a flag in the backfield, and it's going to be a hold against South Kitsap. So, but, you know, I saw two South Kitsap players open in the same part of the field, Greg.
Yeah, they were. And so it makes you wonder if they both thought it was coming to them or if someone ran the wrong route, because 2 receivers should not necessarily be in the same area like that. However, I do like the call, especially right after a big turnover, getting the ball back on downs and going for it. You know, it's aggressive. It's nice.
Well, they're marking this hold off from spot of the foul. Makes it like a 20-yard penalty. So that definitely hurts South. It's going to be 1st and 30. And, you know, the thing is that I think Coach is kind of right questioning that. Usually backfield, it's from the line of scrimmage, but that's not necessarily a nice goal. And the quarterback's going to keep it. He's got a big haul, and he's going to gain quite a bit of that back, about 16 yards on the keeper. Nice play. I don't know if that was a called draw, but he saw a big opening there. So that was Taylor Tubbs with the, I'm sorry, hand off South Kitsap. That's number 34, that's Isaiah Davis. Previous one was Jake Taylor, South Kitsap quarterback.
And looks like we've got another flag on the play, somewhere near the South Kitsap sideline.
And the officials are huddling up. South is at the line of scrimmage, ready to go. And they're going to back it up. They have, they're not backing South Kitsap. That's a sideline. That's a warning, a sideline infraction warning. Basically, players getting too close to the field. So South Kitsap has two backs, and CK just jumped offside again. So don't know if he was drawn. Doesn't look like he was. Looks like it's drawn against CK. I can't remember last time I saw 3 or 4 offsides in one game.
Yeah, that's huge. It's a testament to the system I think South's putting in, being that disciplined on those hard counts, being able to draw your opponent offsides and pick up those freebies. Those are helpful.
Yeah, so remember, South started this with a 1st and 30, and that offside penalty is enough for a first down. That's kind of a momentum swing for you there, too. You get out of that hole.
And there appears to be another one.
So CK's got to, kids have got to start watching that ball. I mean, if they're going to give up 5 yards every time on a hard count, I'm going to keep going.
I would too. You know what? In this situation, I would do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? It's not going to hurt you. So you're going to keep giving you free 5 yards. Take it. But South gets ball off throw out here to, it looks like to MacArthur. And that's enough. That's about 8 yards, enough for a first down. Those 1st and 5s are a lot easier than the 1st and 30s.
Absolutely.
So South needs to get on down here, put some points on the board. They're at the 33. Keep clean. Handoff up the middle. Nice run. That's number 19, Michael Garcia for the Wolves. And he takes it up to, looks like about 11 yards. It should be another first down. So the only delay I see here is getting these markers reset, first down markers reset. Another handoff to Garcia, and he's going to gain about 3-4 yards.
Absolutely. Every time you see the ball carrier get tackled, head coach is out calling in the next play.
So we have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, two backs in the backfield, shifting sides. Pass play coming to MacArthur again. Nice pass catch, right about the first down marker. These kids have their timing down. That was thrown before he even turned around.
Yeah, they do, and that'll come more and more as the season progresses. It's nice to see that connection early and see those receivers and quarterback getting on the same page.
So we got another third down for South, but about a half a yard to go. Interesting to see what the call is here. Obviously, want to get this first down. So it's a run play. Running back did a good job slipping by a tackle. It's going to be close. That's Isaiah Davis, the running back. Looks like it's going to be 4th down.
Well, I did the same thing. I tried another hard count here. See if we can get him to jump again.
We got just over 4 minutes and a half. You trust your defense. Not to have a, not to let CK go if it comes. They go for it, and he's going to get the first down. Nice call and a lot more. He's inside the 5-yard line down to almost the 4. That's Isaiah Davis again with the carry.
These running backs are really doing a nice job tonight of driving through their first tacklers or would-be tacklers and making these Cougars rally to the ball each and every time.
Yeah, you're not getting these guys down with one tackler. That's a gain of maybe a yard and a bunch of Cougars tackling again. And we have another Cougar down the field.
We'll see what it is. We'll see if he goes right to the legs again. That's usually a sign of a cramp.
It looks like South is going to make some personnel changes here too.
Exactly that. We can see that trainer working on the legs of their athletes, and that's usually a pretty telltale sign that that's what's happening, is those muscles are cramping up as this quarter draws to a close.
Yeah, that's these fast-paced offenses, I think, do that to a lot of these teams, especially teams that aren't in as good a shape. I know CK practices against a pretty fast-paced offense too, but again, they have a bunch of kids who go both ways, and I think that's taking its toll right now.
Absolutely. Knowing your opponent moves this fast and calls plays and gets them in this quick, how do you prepare for something like that?
And unless you're running it yourself, I don't think you can. I really think that's one of the big advantages of this offense is, you have kids who are used to one type of football, and this is definitely a different style. Different speeds, a lot of shifting going on before the ball here. Ball's not ready for play yet. And we have a second down and goal from the 4-yard line. Everybody to the left side for South, driving him in, and he drives on in. That's number 19, Michael Garcia, kept those legs driving, went to the end zone.
That is huge. Think about that, though. The Wolves started off this drive 1st and 30.
That's I don't think it matters anymore. They're fast-paced. They gain 10 yards down, and just what a drive. It's a great statement to make, and certainly where they wanted to be. So we have Souza in for the extra point. Here comes the snap.
And the kick appears to be blocked.
That CK player came right up through the middle of the line. So I don't know if he had the snap timed or what, but that was a great play by him.
Yeah, he got a jump right to the line, quick, blocked it. And hopefully that won't come back to haunt him.
Well, 9-point game is still 2 scores. So, I would expect CK to try to score quickly, and then onside kick if they can, and keep going. So that's their only choice right now. But of course, they have to get through South defense, and that defense has been playing pretty well, and they have to stop their own mistakes. So I know South really wants this victory on their, opening night of their new stadium. So these kids have been geared up. So we have Souza in for the kickoff, and CK has game 2 back, Elijah McKee and Alika Serrano for the return. They switched sides though. I wonder if South caught that. They want to give the ball somewhere in particular. Here comes the kick. And it's coming on down to the right-hand side. He's at the 20. Going back, nice cutback. And he's nice return up to the 34-yard line.
Absolutely. We'd really like to see the Wolves come out and make a nice defensive stand, get the ball back, and hopefully run out this clock here in the fourth quarter.
We do have a flag down to play. Looks about where the tackle was made.
We'll see what the call is as the officials get together to discuss.
It looks like it's dead ball personal foul against the Cougars, so that's going to move them back 15 yards. Again, that's where's another mistake. They certainly didn't need that.
Yeah, if you're coming out down in the fourth, short time on the clock, that's the last thing you need. You can't have those mistakes. You just had a nice return for about 30 yards, and then to go and do something like that is just, you can't have that.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. So they got 81 yards to go, and then they have to try to do something again. We got 2 to the left. It's a handoff inside. And that is number 44 is Isaiah McKee, I believe. And that's good to see him back in. He kind of went out with a leg ankle injury. Must have been a cramp earlier. So good to see him back in.
Yeah, I'm surprised. CK doesn't seem too urgent right now. Taking their time.
CK gets someone in motion. It's a pass play right up the middle. The play was there. The timing was off a little bit. You know, this game used to be a league game for both these teams, and it's not anymore. It's kind of a preseason rivalry game. Well, not preseason, it's regular season, but it's a rivalry game. It's important to the kids. They want to win this game, but you know, there isn't that urgency of a league game on top of it. I wonder if that makes a little bit of difference to the coaches. I would think they'd want to win them all, but you never know. Another handoff inside. That's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be, looks like 4th down and about 7 or 8 yards.
It appears the punt team's on its way out into the field for CK. If you're South right now, you really got to stay home, do your jobs, make sure they're not up to anything in the backfield. Make sure that punt gets off.
I don't even think I'd put anybody deep at this point, you know, for reception of the punt. But, you know, stay clear of it. Again, these punts going back are go get it, guys. The punter, it's wasn't a fake. It was a bad snap. Punter tried to make a play out of it.
And there's several flags in the play.
And
from where it's thrown into, I would guess offensive lineman downfield, but again, I don't know about that. There's 2. There's one on the far side and one further downfield, so we'll see what the call is.
You know, I think the punter was over line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. An eligible receiver downfield. So South is going to get the ball, and they're going to get the ball at the CK 21, 22-yard line. So
that's huge. Well, I'm sure they're looking to score, but I would guess at this point, deep in your opponent's territory, you're really just trying to work that clock with 1:54 remaining.
And that's what's going to be interesting to see. You know, does the offense change a little bit, or does the, you know, foot stay down on the accelerator and off you go? You know, because that's just your offense. Looks like there's a timeout called by the Cougars. So, you know, at this point, you have the ball at the 22-yard line of your opponent. Get some plays off. Hopefully get some more points and, you know, win your first game in your new home stadium. That wouldn't be a bad day.
Absolutely. I think if you're South, you still keep going on the offense. I don't think you try to hold up in any fashion, but maybe slow the play calling down a little bit, milk the clock, run some time off in between plays. I would imagine it's going to be the one change we'll see.
Yeah, and this will be a good time to check it out because, again, is that your philosophy or is it just keep doing what we're doing? You know, which I think is fine. So South getting ready to hike the ball. Getting a play from the coach. And it's a run play up the middle. Gallagher keeps those legs driving. I'm sorry, Garcia keeps the legs going. Gained about 4 yards on not much of a play. So now we see what ball's ready for play. And changing the play. They are burning a little bit more time, but pass play come out, same little pass play, little dunk pass. And that's to number 80, which is Drew Kalalomoko with the catch. And South Kitsap gains about 5 more yards, so it's 3rd and 1 with about a 1:02 left.
And more importantly, that clock keeps ticking.
You know, what you don't need is an incomplete pass. You know, and we got a run play up the middle. Oh, he's going to get in the end zone. That's number 19 again. That's his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Touchdown Wolves.
Michael Garcia.
There is a flag on the play on the far side of the field. We'll see what the call is.
Looks like an illegal shift by the Wolves.
Yeah, I unfortunately saw that as well. I didn't know if referees caught it, but they clearly did, and that'll back them up. And again, taking points off the board is never something you want to see.
That's something the coaches are sure going to be talking about because, you know, the first one they fumbled the next play. Second one, let's hopefully not. Hopefully we just get on in. There's about 45 seconds left. So we have 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. And also stops the clock, which I don't want to see. The snap, handoff inside. Keeps his legs driving, nice play. Nice blocking up front, still going. And that's Michael Garcia, and he's down to about the 13-yard line, which is right about first down territory. And the clock's going, it's 4th down. And there's under 20 seconds left right now.
I don't think they're going to snap this one. They're going to let it run all the way down as far as they can, call a timeout. They're going to play.
It looks like this is going to be it. South Kitsap's going to win their first game, 25-14 in their new Kitsap Bank Stadium.
Well, it's certainly exciting to see, especially as a Wolf alumni. New coach, new field, new program, and have some come out and have some success on the first night.
You know, you can't ask for more. You really, you know, beautiful stadium. You get the victory. You know, learn some lessons. Go back, regroup, and you know, enjoy the night and watch films tomorrow and start over again.
Absolutely. I mean, they certainly have things both teams need to shore up, but it was a hard-fought game both ways, as the CK-SK rivalry usually is. I know I loved playing this game, as countless other alumni have, and so it's really something special to come out and see them do well.
You know, a lot of these kids wind up seeing each other in other sports and stuff around, and some of them grown up playing football against each other in junior high school and stuff, so a lot of them do know each other. So, you know, certainly good camaraderie out there, and, you know, CK doesn't want to, you know, it always hurts to lose, but what a good game. They certainly cleaned things up in the second half.
Absolutely. The second half was cleaner. I think they cut down on the little mental mistakes and ones to clean up. I think I saw the mistakes that were made were kids going hard and just playing football, and they're going to make mistakes, especially in this early season. The brand new playbook. Those seniors have never had this playbook before, and that's something to be said. They come out and maybe not master, but run an offense well.
Yeah, and South looked good tonight. They really didn't have many mistakes. They had some, but they were, again, the hard-fought ones, not the mental error type mistakes. And, they were certainly able to run their offense, and their defense looked good too.
Absolutely. They'll have fun tonight. They'll give the coaches something to look at, something that they can work on. But at the same time, tonight, enjoy this one. This is a big win. It's great to beat CK, as it usually is, because, again, it's that rivalry. There's nothing like rivalry games, whether this is a league game or not. I guarantee it means something to just about every single one.
So, again, final score of this game is South Kitsap 25, Central Kitsap 14. And South Kitsap, I think, is on the road at Peninsula next week.
Yeah, that's another big game for them. I know they have several great coaches over at Peninsula that know the system. We're former Wolves as well. And that's a fun game. That'll be a really fun game to watch and see how they do against another very good team.
Yeah, Peninsula is ranked in the top 5, I believe, in the 3A state poll. So that should be a tough game.
That's going to be a good test of this new team's ability really to come out, function, play their game, and hopefully clean up some of the mistakes that we saw tonight. But overall, very hard-fought game. Very proud of these boys. They fought until the end, and that's awesome to see.
All right, well, we're going to check off for tonight. Thank you all for listening, and we appreciate your attendance here and watching the game.
Thanks. Go Wolves.